Hello, Chaos Coven. Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to our weekly witchy hangout. I hope you guys have had a really good week. Today, we are doing a very fun, very juicy reading on what is your next relationship gonna be like. I'm really excited for this one. I'm like all smiles. I feel the energy like is just feeling really clear and really happy and really clear and really good. So I hope that's a good sign here. Just a reminder for those of you who are on Patreon, we have a reading coming out tomorrow and it is your soul focus. So I just want to let you guys know I've been working on that one. Okay, so I guess I always try to like stall here and see if I have any announcements, but I don't really think that I do. So we're just going to get right into this reading. Like I said, your next relationship, we've got 3 piles here. The first one is the Pilgrim, pile 1. The second one is the Thread, pile 2. The third one is the Hunter, pile 3. Okay, so I'll hold them all up together, even though it's probably better on the thumbnail, but this side is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Get a good look at your piles, be drawn in to whatever stack is calling for you. Just know that if you get a weird energy where it feels like maybe it's mostly your energy or it's not fitting your situation, then you can always try picking another pile and seeing if that one doesn't resonate. And maybe the other pile was something that you're letting go of or somebody that's interested in you. I don't know. Sometimes spirit leads us to different piles for different reasons. And in my experience, it's always good to just be open and receptive and respectful, I guess. Let spirit tell you kind of like why, if there is a reason. But as Freud famously said, sometimes a pain in the foot is just a pain in the foot. So, okay. Getting into pile number 1. Who is your next relationship? Okay, I'm getting really good vibes off of this, okay? But it's also like a little bit confusing. So I feel like that could be the way that you feel about this person that you're going to be in a relationship with, where you're like, I get good vibes, but like I'm just a little confused. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know about this for some reason. And I'm hearing this song. It's like originally Jason Derulo, but I don't like the original version. I heard the one on like The Voice, and it's called Savage Love. It's like I just found out the only reason that you're loving me is to get back at your ex-lover, but before you leave. Yeah, it's kind of like a sad song of like your savage love, and I know that you don't really love me. Now, like put that to the side because I don't feel like this is the person that's coming in necessarily for a lot of you. Although, okay, so let me just say this. Like, we do have the Pilgrim card, okay? And in its shadow aspect, this is somebody who is, like, really flighty. And I'm not getting that for the majority energy of the pile, but I do just want to throw it out there because you guys know I don't like to lead people astray. And I like to be a realist. So for some of you, it's like, this person could be really flighty. And, like, you really do like them, but you do... I think if that's the case, you're going to kind of know that exactly kind of what the score is, that this person's non-committal or whatever. And it might just be some kind of casual fling, and you know that they're wrapped up in something else. Like, that is a possibility here, but like I said, I'm not getting it for most of you. For most of you, I feel like you could have been going through some kind of heartbreak, and this is the person that's going to come back in and kind of like heal your heart and turn things around. And yeah, it just like feels really bohemian almost, and really good. For some of you though, like with this Pilgrim energy, it's like you might actually go through a period of being single because like you've gotten out of a relationship and you could have found out that the person that you were with was trying to get back at their ex, or I don't know. It's like there could have been something going on here in a past relationship for you, and it felt like really heavy and really serious. And I think this person is going to remind you that love is fun, and like life is fun. I feel like that's what this person or this next stage in your life is supposed to be all about. Because for some of you with the Pilgrim, it's like you could be, I don't know, not really even dating, but like just hanging out with a lot of different people, hanging out with friends. Maybe you go on a trip. Maybe you're just like interacting with new groups, and you are the one like in this Pilgrim energy. And it's like you just have really special moments like with certain people, like you have a deep conversation under the stars with somebody that you really connect with. And it doesn't go any further than that, but it's like just singing yourself back to yourself, or you meet a group of people over here, you go to a concert over there, like, and it's just really like singing yourself back. But I feel like eventually you are going to meet some somebody here, and you both might actually be a little bit closed off whenever you first meet each other, because there is some kind of like a sadness. But this pilgrim energy is all about like connecting your heart, like your inner heart, bringing everything back to your heart, back into the outer world. So I think when this energy, because that's what it feels like, take this how it resonates. It's like when this energy finally like does congeal into a person and into a relationship, this is going to be a really special connection. And it might be with a person that you didn't exactly see yourself with, or like a group of people. Kind of think about us, right? Like spirituality, like, you know, witchy kind of types. And a lot of people are like, ooh, they're evil and they like da da da. But it's like, I don't know, I really like them, and they are like actually really beautiful, and they're actually really kind, and they're actually really loving, and I think that I'm supposed to kind of be with this person. You could have that kind of an experience here where you're like, okay, at first you're a little bit guarded and you're a little bit standoffish, but I think that's something that you've kind of been learning in love, is that it kind of can be a sign of health, like somebody who is healthy and well adjusted when they do have a bit of a guard up, and they're not just like connecting here with everybody. But again, I think you've had to go through some shadow pilgrim experiences. Not necessarily that they were even bad, really, but like maybe with yourself, or just, you know, kind of dating around or seeing this in other people before you kind of, and it could be like you're going through this phase of your life and where you're not looking for anything. I'm seeing like travel and taking pictures and stuff, and you're really trying to connect with your joy and your fun and your own like bohemian side. That feels like the energy that you're in, and that's when you kind of like meet this person. But like I was saying, I feel like whenever this does congeal into a relationship, I think it's going to be kind of slow going. Like you might just always be around this person in like a friend group or something. But it feels to me like where you're doing something spiritual or something fun, and you're both just kind of like next to each other, and you could have even known this person for a while by the time that you actually connect and like start dating, and all of a sudden you kind of just like realize like, hey, like wait a second, like you're kind of cool actually, you know. Or it's like you're always in the same group together, and maybe neither one of you, it's like a group situation and you never really do a lot of talking, but then you go out and grab lunch afterwards and you really make a connection, and it's just really surprising. I feel like you'll know something here like about a hug, or like just kind of a hug or something like that. And I feel like this person is hiding some kind of like inner pain that has led to wisdom. I'm kind of picturing Dave from Eat, Pray, Love. I think his name's Dave. He was like the older guy at the ashram that she went to, and he called her groceries, and he actually was like I don't want to like say everything he was going through because I don't want to scare you. I don't think it's going to be like that intense or anything, but he was like deeply softened by a real tragedy that happened in his life because of alcohol and everything, and you could tell that he was just kind of like sad or broken and like kind of recovered here in a way. I also feel like whoever this is could be away from their typical environment in some way. Now it could be like they are from a certain country or a different state, and then like they're now in your vicinity. You both actually might be in some kind of a different environment than you're used to. But this also could just be like you're both taking a photography class, and you don't usually, you know, but you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're trying to do something that sings your heart to life or something like that. This feels like this kind of magical energy. I'm also getting like for some of you where you're like, when is somebody else going to come into my energy? I feel like it has been about connecting with your heart, because I'm noticing, I don't know if you can see this really well, but it's like, it's a picture of somebody like praying with the mala beads, and it's a zoom in on their chest, and they're like, they have their hand over their heart. I do a lot of meditation over my heart, and I always have open palms like over my heart, and it's striking me that this person has like a fist over their heart, and it feels like something that you thought that you were doing for your heart, or like that you thought you were doing in spirituality, was actually like blocking you off. Or that could be happening here with this particular person. But again, I feel like just there's something here that has been just like really softened, and I feel like both of you are kind of coming out of a period of hermitude, and this actually does feel really good. And I also think that both of you might think that the other person is one way, like stoic, but I think it's just because like of your rising signs, you know, so you're meeting each other's rising signs, which might not, you know, like whenever you're in a new environment or something, you might just be quieter, but then it's like your sun signs and your moon signs and your Venus signs, like it's popping, it's fire, like, and you didn't even really know until you actually opened up. And I do think that there's some kind of connection here with like either a bohemian energy or spirituality or creativity or art that is actually, both of you kind of consider it a spiritual experience, or it like has opened up some kind of part of you here for having a spiritual experience. And I just feel like you guys are going to grow a lot here. And this is going to be a true partnership. And I feel like I'm just seeing like the two X's here. Like you present like a very solid kind of a partnership together, even though I do feel like there's this really interesting kind of bohemian sort of quality. You might also like to get out in nature and do like hiking or get out alone. And I think you both are very respectful of each other's spiritual time here as well. Like this just feels like a really solid, really healthy kind of connection. Okay, these cards just fell off. And look, we have the Prince energy at the back, or that just flipped over. So romantic charm and potential for power. I feel like you guys could do a lot of growing together. So even if it's like you both could be at the beginning of a new phase of your life or a new journey, but it does feel like you see the potential like in this relationship. But I also think you see the potential to grow together in abundance in a lot of different areas. Like this just honestly feels really, really good. And I think that you are used to seeing this type of person that like you're attracted to and that you see like they're charming and they have this potential for power. I feel like you've had this type in your past, but it feels like, you know, a player or like really non-committal or somebody that you thought was on your level. But I think there's something about this where like they present the exact opposite. So these people that you could have been drawn to in the past because like you thought they were bohemian, you thought that they were spiritual, you thought that they were casual, they really ended up being like players and non-committal and using power for their own self-aggrandizement. But I think this person is the exact opposite, where they almost present like a stalwart. They almost present very stoic, and actually they have this really creative, juicy, like beautiful spirit within them. And I think it teaches you something about who people really are and how people really present. And I think you can see something much clearer about people or a specific person here that was in this negative Prince energy from your past that, oh, and I'm hearing Taylor Swift, Begin Again. Yeah, Begin Again. So it could have to do with like a cafe. I'm getting like, you know, a cafe. Sometimes I picture this where it's like an art show. And it could be like, you know, somebody's pictures. It could be a mutual friend or like, again, I'm kind of getting this example of like a photography group. Not everybody has to be into photography, but it's like, and somebody's hanging up like their work and everybody's just kind of like looking around, but it's casual and it's in a cafe and you can get a croissant and like have a coffee and, you know, but you guys are just kind of like mixing around and, yeah, it feels like it moves at a healthy pace. It feels like it moves really slow. And there's something about this person, like the way they approach you, the way that they are, it's like they're not up in your face. They're not trying to wow you with the charm. They're not trying to just present, like push onto you that it's like, I'm bohemian and I'm spiritual. And it's like, why are you doing that? You were doing that in order to try and like, I don't know, worm your way into something. You see that very clearly, like being in the presence of this other person who comes at a genuine place with this, you know, kind of an energy. And then we have the mother energy here as well. So I don't know if like, maybe you do know this person. It could just be like mother energy. So there could be a lot of mothers around, or there could be a mother connection here, but I think this person actually has this healthy mother energy. Even if they're a man, it's like this nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. And I think that's the creative energy. This person has a calm to them. Like this person that's coming in, and I think you mistake it. Not that you're like judging this person. I really just don't. I just think that, you know, I don't know. It's like, it's not that you're not noticing them. And it's not that you think that they're like, you're judging them and you think that they're like a stick in the mud or anything. It's like somewhere in between that. It's like a very strong neutrality but leaning towards like, you know that you have something in common. I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know, whatever, but it's like this person has like a very calm, very stoic, very, feels like a very masculine form of nurturance. They are just very calm and they are just very steady and they're not trying to impress anybody and they're not trying to put on a show or dazzle people. Yeah. And this person, okay, that's what I'm getting is like this person, I think, has somebody in their past. Like I'm hearing, I just found out the only reason that you're loving me is to get back at your ex-lover, but before you leave, usually I be falling fast. Yeah, so it's like this person could have had that in their background, and that's potentially what like has sparked them into like traveling, or again, this person feels like they're healing their heart, and I feel like you guys meet each other when you have actually been healing your hearts. And I think but this, again, this feels very sweet and like very simple and very exactly what you want, you know? Let me not like say what you want, but this just feels healthy, you know? And this person doesn't feel like they're talking a lot about their ex. I feel like they've actually been processing it. And they've actually not been dating like while they're processing it. They've actually been connecting with themselves. And it feels to me like for this person, their way of like getting back out there is like connecting with their joy again, connecting with their heart space, connecting with their creativity, and allowing that to like lead them through the world. And that potentially is a lesson that both of you have in common. judgment and death and burden. Yeah, I just feel like there's something here in both of your past where there has been like a judgment call, like a major breakup, especially for you. Like I'm really just seeing like bandages going over your heart space and just like moss or like a healing balm or something, like just being put over the heart space where this spirit is you're healing each other. And also like look at all these X's. Oh, look at all these X's. I just don't think that you've had an easy time of it in love, either of you. And but you're both very sweet, very open people. And I think that's why both of you have actually kind of learned to be more closed off. So you may actually meet this person when you're in a more closed off space than you usually are, because you wised up a bit and you're like, well, this is my personality, but I just have kind of learned I can't just put it on blast because it draws the wrong kind of people in for the wrong kind of reasons. And this person feels very much the same. But there does feel like there's this very deep connection. And again, I don't know if this is, to me, this is like cleansing out of like very deep material. So I don't know if both of you are coming off of this, or it's like between the two of you together, you really are cleansing this because you get a shot at something that's actually healthy. So look at all these X's. Yeah. And okay, that could be it. It's like I think there's something about this relationship where it just, when you look back on your past, it changes it. Like for both of you, like it changes it. And you're like, I can't believe that I thought that person was like my divine soulmate, or that I thought that person was shit. Like, you know, just, I can't, they treated me so bad and I can't believe that I thought that was, you know what I'm saying? And this person's having the same experience with you. Okay, Spirit, tell me more about this relationship that is coming through. I just feel like this feels like a heart chakra connection. It really does. This feels so good. Yeah. And I feel like it's okay because in that song Begin Again, she was like, and I almost brought him up, but you started to talk about the movies that your family watches every single Christmas, and I want to talk about that. And for the first time, what's past is past. So it's like, yeah, if you are upset about something that happened in your past, like relationships, I just feel like with this person, it's like you really are into the conversations with this person. This person captures your attention, and you talk about real things that you like, things that, again, it could be like art. I'm really strongly getting like a connection on art or spirituality or something. What else can you tell me? I saw the Three of Swords. Like I keep getting these like really intense cards that are coming out. This feels in the past. I keep seeing the Two of Cups here as well. Nice. Okay, what else, Spirit? What can you tell me? I'm going to do like a little bit of a spread here. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. So very clearly, okay, we have the Tower moment anchoring this. So this could have been the breakup that I was picking up on here in the past, or some kind of like sudden realization. And again, look, you've got the Knight of Wands again coming up, and you've got the Emperor coming out like for the middle. And I feel like this person's the Emperor. This person's like your divine masculine. And I think this person, again, they could have been in a Tower moment. This person could have very well been cheated on. And so could you. But again, it's like this Tower moment is like realizing the difference between a fantasy, like with the Knight of Cups, and for me, this is like Vishaka energy. This is poisons from your past, is some kind of like sexual thing that didn't like really work out, and actual Emperor energy. And what's coming out of that is the Hangman. This to me, it's like a spiritual initiation. I'm really strongly getting that here with this pile, and like just a change of perspective. And then look, we've got the Lovers here at the top. Like this is a huge like divine connection. Now I will say this, we've got the Three of Swords here in the future position. So for those of you where I was saying like, I think there could potentially be some people here where it's like, you know, that they're non-committal. I really just get the sense that you're going to know that they're non-committal though. And so that potentially could be exactly what it looks like for a lot of you. But this is, to me, this is Saturn and Libra energy. And why is this coming out? Yeah, I just feel like, okay, it's saying bad things here in the future, but to be honest, like this feels almost like, sometimes I feel the energy of like energy tampering with, like trying to tamper with this. And I just feel like this is this person from your past that's still trying to pull on your energy, that doesn't like the fact that you're leaving. Yeah. And I was like, so what is it really? Like when we kind of sort through all of this, that was like the Pluto. This is all the psychological gunk that I feel like is coming up. That's what's like, yeah, so it's like you have a bunch of psychological gunk that's coming up here, but you're realizing a lot of things. And I was like, what is it really? And then the Empress came out, the Venus card, the love card. Are you kidding me? So we've got the Emperor and the Empress and the Lovers. Yeah, so you're putting something to bed, and this feels like resolving a karmic cycle too, like resolving a huge karmic cycle here from your past. And it's definitely not being born from the energy of neediness. Oh, nice. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Let me just pull some of these. Let me see if I can't get some info on like what this person's going to be like, what they're going to look like. I kind of feel like they're going to dress simply, to be honest. Oh my gosh, Venus. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of attraction here, I think, on both sides. But this is well-rounded attraction. This isn't like Mars. This isn't like flash in the pan. And it's Venus is a benefic. So this is like healthy attraction. There also might be a color here of like green. Somebody could have something green on, or oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like you're going to intimidate this person a little bit because like they are really attracted to you, and they really do see you as the whole package. And that could also be why this person's holding back a little bit, and they're kind of trying to feel you out. I think this person might just assume that you're with somebody or that you have a partner because they think that you're looking really good and looking really, really fly, really fine. I think this feels like a family of origin that is not exactly great. Like there was somebody in their family of origin that kind of like always, stood over them, and I do think it affects their psychology, but this is somebody who is healing that. This is somebody who is it doesn't feel like they're with somebody. And yeah, the person in their past though was very alluring, I think, but also very like changeable in their moods. And I always kind of get a petulance with these like fishes here in the background, because it's like this fish looks like really angry and like, and then this one is like, oh, well, I'm too good for you. Like, I think that there's something here like this in this person's past, and they're wondering, they see you as being completely different than whoever this person was in their past, in a way that is better, like in a way that is, even though this person I think was like very alluring, they kind of knew that it was a lie, and that they got kind of pulled off their course. Like this is the siren. This is like the siren song. There is like a compatibility here. These are two water signs, but this person really does see you as Venus. This is somebody real. This isn't a fantasy. This is somebody stable. They see you really as like the total package here. Yes, there could be some Leo overlap, and they feel like this connection is magic. We've got cusp of magic energy that is going on here, and yeah, they see you presenting as very beautiful, very confident, very jovial, very interesting, very unique. There's something about you that's like this person really hasn't seen before. I think this person is like really just captivated by your beauty. I think they really like your hair. They like your eyes. They like your strength, and they like your dignity. This person really is drawn into your dignity. That was something that was definitely missing here from their past. They definitely wouldn't have said, I like my partner's dignity, like from the past. They definitely wouldn't have said that. It would have been game. Like I'm just hearing like they got run game on. But this is a person who is also smart and self-respecting, even though they don't have an image of themselves as being self-respecting, but they are. I just feel like you are going to connect this person with their confidence in some way. And it could be through like travel, even if it's travel of the mind or anything like that. What else can you tell me about this relationship? Where's this headed? Where's this relationship? I feel like this is a relationship that could go all the way, to be honest. Where is this relationship heading, Spirit? Okay, you both are growing in confidence. I love this. I love this coming out for a relationship. I know that like Aries is the sign of self, but you guys know how I feel about this. It's like Aries and Libra are complete axis. You need two people who have like a strong sense of self. Yes, and then Sun in Aries is that's an exalted energy. I just feel like both of you help each other clarify. This is healthy. This is just healthy. This is just healthy. You both help each other clarify each other's soul, I'm hearing, and like just understand who and what it is that you are. You grow in your confidence. You grow in your personhood. The conversations here, like you have really good, really strong, really productive conversations. I feel like this is a conversational compatibility for the long haul. And yeah, like you have a lot. This is great. Like you have a lot to talk about in like the daily, and you guys might even work together. This is definitely something where over time, like your skills, you could also help each other. This is part of this like growing in your confidence. You guys could like inspire each other or help each other to like go back to school or to refine a skill set. Or it's like, I just feel like this is really going to grow into something like this. The long-term potential of this connection is really nice. Like this could really, really grow into something. Let me just get some love oracles. I'm going to get some messages. We'll get some obstacles. We'll see if there's any obstacles here, and then we'll move on to the second pile. Oh yeah, a man who loves the earth and the water potentially here as well. I also think they have a thing about like chest. I think this person like really likes your chest, or just in general, that's something they're drawn to. It might feel like you're taking a risk, but this feels like a happy risk. I think in the past, okay, wait, legal matters, justice, divorce, balance, and judgment. So either you or them could have to go through a divorce, like, right, to get to this place. I forgot what I was going to say. Look, divine intervention. I feel like this person was kind of sent to you by the divine. Serendipity, catalyst, supernatural karma. This feels like good karma that's coming in. Yeah. Mystery, unknown, enigma, illusion, confusing. I'm really getting, look, you might both wonder if each other are single, because I think you both are attracted to each other. And again, like, you're kind of a mystery. But that's just going to what I was saying. I think that you don't really know what's going on here with the other person. There could be something around Halloween or like October. Soulmate. Oh, yay, soulmate. Twin flame, soul contract, soul connection, past lives. Yes. Interesting. Why is this coming out? Okay. Every once in a while in this reading, I get some kind of like weird, like wild hair sort of a thing. Oh, and I just ask why, and it's because of the fear. So again, I feel like this is part of the mystery, okay? Because what I got the addiction card and the crossroads card. They're telling me to pull one more. Between the lines, hidden meaning, vague, speculate, implicit. Okay. So I'm getting that for a lot of you, again, it's with this pilgrim type, because you might be drawn to somebody who is like casual and charming, you know, who isn't. But it's like, I think with that, again, you have been led up the garden path with this in the past, and you're like, okay, what is it? Like, I'm on my guard. Like, what kind of toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, obsession, addiction do you have? And for some of you, it's like, yeah, crossroads, choice, multiple options, turning point, indecisive. So I'm getting for some of you, this person represents a crossroads for you, because potentially you've been in this addictive energy in the past with an ex, with substances, with a certain type of lifestyle. And this person represents the crossroads where this is a soulmate, and you have a lot of fear around like actually turning this corner. That could be. It also could be that this person is that way. Like, they could have used to be a pilgrim type until they were with enough pilgrim types to not want to be with that kind of person anymore. Yeah, so there's a lot of fear that's going on here. And this could be on both sides, because I am getting for one of you, this is like a crossroads, like, could I do that? But you know what it honestly feels like? It feels like the connection is really genuine and it's really casual. And like I said, it's from the heart space. I don't think this is, I think somebody here, and it might be you, with the Saturn, it's like they're used to somebody bludgeoning them with like the commitment. Like, they've only been, like, if they've been in they've only been in things that were like really, really casual, you know, and there's like no rules, or something that was like very committed, and it was like week 2, you know, it's like, shall we pull out the pen, like, shall we decree a formal commitment between the two of us and hold each other to very strict rules, you know? And it's like, no, like, I think between the two of you, your heart, and I don't think you give the impression of that on the surface, but I think it's just such a genuine connection. And it's like, I'm going through something, cool. Like, I like you, you like me. Let's get some coffee. Let's go to the art shows. Like, I think both of you are kind of in this space of like, I'm not really trying to hang my heart on you, and I'm not really trying to hang my heart on you. Okay, great. Okay, good. Like, you're really off each other's backs. And I think it naturally, this is a situation where it's like very naturally going to lead to a commitment. And somebody here, I just heard commitment phobe. Somebody here actually does need that, because they haven't been in those situations before. I think they have somebody here, it could be you, it could be this other person, you know, somebody here like really does have negative associations when it comes to commitment, because they've only been with people who use commitment to try to like chain them down, because they weren't their soulmate. Because I think somebody here, and I think it's this person, is very bohemian, like very casual, very blow in the wind. And so they were always attracted to partners who liked that about them, but ultimately sought to destroy that in them in order to like tie them down and pin them down, and ultimately they ruin that in the process. So I think this person has been with a lot of enemies, actually, like in their relationship, karmically speaking, people who really don't care enough to like actually like them and actually tend to who and what it is that they are. And I think with you, it's more like life as an adult person has certain things where it requires you to commit, like your job, you have to show up every day, or, you know, that's just a part of adult life. And so I just feel like you have commitments to other things. You have commitment to being your best selves, and you each kind of make it that better for the other person. And it just feels really natural. And it feels like you're both protective of each other's individuality, and you actually bring out the best in each other's individuality. This is great. But I do just want to remind you that like this, the negative side of this card is like the kind of like non-committal energy. But again, I think this is kind of from your past, or you know that you're going into this period of your life very intentionally. And this ultimately, I think, is going to lead to this person kind of emerging and appearing in your life. Okay, so let me just see any obstacles. Yeah, there's some kind of, I feel like you guys meet each other at the end of a karmic cycle, like when both of you kind of learn major karmic lessons. And it's like, if you have actually learned those karmic lessons, then this is when this like really actually does come together, because both of you have solved and resolved within yourself whatever you needed to. Are there any obstacles? Oh boy. Okay. So it could be money. Money. Oh, but money will be coming to you. And this feels like in December. So December might be like a specific month. I'm hearing back to December. Yeah, I feel like some of you are asking about like potentially a past situation where there could have been a crossroads. There's a lot of different energies that are coming into this. But anyways, I feel like December, something could turn around, but it's also telling me, the longest night of the year is in December. It's like, really cold and dark and stark. So something here, it's like you could find this person, or you could get money like whenever it looks like really stark for you. I don't know. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So yeah, you could meet this person when you feel a sense of lack, but that's how you know it's real. So this, I feel like, is some kind of a boon or a blessing from the universe, because if there's something about like the two of you meeting in a place where you're healing your hearts, or, you are building up a skill or something where it's like, that the other person is not trying to use you for your money, is not just captivated by your charm or your looks. That it's real between the two of you, and you go through this experience of building together, and it does actually build loyalty just naturally. It just builds a sense of camaraderie, and having gone through a lot together, it's building some kind of really solid foundation. It's like the two of you literally are holding hands and walking each other like out of some kind of darkness, because when we have the sun, happiness and well-being, like, yeah, the star, I feel like you're each other's like happiness, you're each other's like bright spot after a long like slog or something like that. Guaranteed success, happiness, and well-being. Are you kidding? And then the 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. I feel like you'll notice that you're luckier in this connection here, like with this person, than you have been alone, or that like good things just happen because this is a soulmate connection, and you both have learned your karmic lessons, and the universe is trying to like bless you both and assist you both here in this. This is great, pile number 1. I'm just gonna get some messages here from this person. I do feel like there could be somebody in this person's past who is like very angry, but also full of themselves. And they lost this person because of the way that they acted. And now they like really do want to come back. But I think this person is like on their guard, and they're realizing that they have a lot more to offer than what this person was bringing to the table. They kind of see this person for like who and what it is that they are. Or that could be you, because again, I feel like you both went through something very similar. All right. So this came out, our connection is complicated. There are issues out of our control. But again, I feel like this is coming from your past. You're both clearing something up. But I think if you open up about it, that could be what you talk about, like when you go on this cafe date, or like you guys just go to grab a sandwich or something. And you realize that the other person's much different than they appear on the surface, but it's in a way that like actually endears you both to each other. Okay. Ooh, I fear you will never forgive me. I know that we are spiritually connected. So again, I think there's karma that is playing out in your connection, but it feels like you're meeting each other on the tail end where you're like resolving certain things. This person feels bad for something that they've done, and I'm getting that this is a new person. So, Catherine, thank you so much for the 50. Absolutely love you, Jess, X, and crew. I think she meant Alex. Look at all these X's. Alex is not my ex, and he will never be my ex.
But we can celebrate those X's.
We can still celebrate those X's.
They're part of our lives.
Yes, thank you for those contributions, for making us the people we needed to be. This is kind of us. Let me just mind my business. Okay. No matter who I'm with, my thoughts always lead me back to you. I sabotage this connection and I regret it. these are all like past. I'm trying to be someone you can trust. I can't take being away from you any longer. So I think that both of you are kind of recognizing the way that yourself or others kind of like sabotaged former connections or things like that. And you're both working on this. This is lovely. This is lovely. Yeah. Chipotle time. Chipotle is probably like what goes on Fridays. Okay. Yeah. This is great, pile number 1. I think that's all I really have for you there. Okay. I'm just gonna cheers to the exes. So true. It is something that I think about is like how exes really do like make you the person that you are, and you learn so many lessons and you cut your teeth on so many things, and it really does strengthen that. And I genuinely am grateful. And I know a lot of Alex's exes, by the way, and they are great people, and they're my friends, some of them too. So, okay. Aw. All right. Okay. Catherine, did you give $3 $50? I see $3 $50 things.
No,
Did I miss?
Just YouTube glitching out.
Oh, okay. I was like, I have missed this.
Yeah, that's just the YouTube chat is being weird.
Okay. All right, let's move on to pile number 2. Oh. Sorry. You guys don't know that, but like I've been doing that just around the house. Just like for like months, I really have like, I'll just be like, ah! And Alex is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm clearing my throat chakra.
With the Disney princess. She sings and all the woodland critters.
Yeah, and then the cats come running and he's like, my woodland princess. Okay, so maybe that has something to do here with pile number 2, but I really am okay, so we do have the thread. I feel like I just heard this person pulls at your heartstrings, this person. And there does feel like there's a connection, and this feels like very intense, you know, and this could even be with somebody that you are already looking at or looking towards. Somebody like with this rainbow energy that maybe this is like, there could be LGBT same-sex elements to this, not for everybody. I'm just like picturing Care Bears, like the Care Bears in the rainbow. Like there's something where it's like you, again, like I'm picturing the climb and I'm hearing Miley Cyrus. It's all about the climb. Yeah, I can almost see it. That dream I'm dreaming. There's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Yeah, so I don't know if it feels like being with this person is also kind of wrapped up in meeting a goal, but I think for some of you like this person is a goal, or you want some kind of forgiveness here, because yeah, with this person, but you really feel like the tug on your heartstrings towards this person, and I'm just picturing him kind of like tugging on that, ringing like some kind of bell. So let me get some more cards here for this, because I am noticing like the fog, and I'm getting that really in my mind where there feels like there's a lot of smoke here around this connection, and again he's like climbing up from the darkness to the light of day to this like rainbow. So it's like it feels like dark, like you can't see what's in front of you, and then on top of it there's all the fog, and then you know you're on top of that you're trying to like kind of climb upwards. So this feels to me like you've been going through like some kind of really hard time. This feels like on a soul level, and it feels like you're really really engaged with like turning something around for yourself, and it's almost like, you know, you either feel this person that is like your soulmate, you just feel that it's like somebody that's going to kind of come in, but you know that you need to be doing your part of it, like in order to meet them, or you already know who this person is. But I think by the time that you and this person kind of come together in a relationship, you would have almost like forgotten about that person. You would have been so entrenched in what you're doing. I'm just picturing somebody like sweating and like, you know, like really pulling in it. It really has become about you. And so this is spirit, I think, kind of bringing you through an alchemy experience without even necessarily like you realizing it. Oh, look, third party. Interesting. Interference, cheating. Okay, it says competition, but I read it as completion, mistress. Okay, so there could be a third party here. Let me just get some more. I'm confused about this. Spirit, can you clarify? I'm not taking this out. What the relationship here for pile number 2, their next relationship. What's going on here with their next relationship? Yo. Oh my. Okay, so secret crush. Admire, attraction, suitor, butterflies. So I think you know who this person is, okay? Like you get a lot of butterflies, you have the secret crush on them, and the wedding card was at the bottom of the deck, marriage, forever, the one, and union. But it feels like you have to take some kind of a leap of faith. And I feel like there's some kind of other interference. And for some of you, I am like getting potentially an addiction. And to be honest, if there was an addiction here, I'm wondering if it would be on your side. But we have the snake card here at the bottom of the deck. So this to me is like interference, deception, shady, temptation, and enemy. So I feel like, yeah, and it's from a toxic relationship and legal matters. Ooh, so I'm feeling like some of you, again, I'm getting this theme of like you have been in something very untoward, but this feels very untoward with like a very nasty person here from your past. And I feel like spirit put somebody here in your line of sight that's healthy and like well adjusted, and your heart, they pull on your heart. There's a connection here between you and this person, and you have a secret crush on them, and you want to roll the dice here, but maybe I don't know what this, like, because you feel like they're your forever partner. Look, and this was all very unexpected, surprise, unpredictable, shocking, and unusual. Interesting. Okay. And that could be the darkness here that like I'm picking up on, because you feel like you've been in something really like stark for a long time, and it's just been unhealthy. This feels like unquestionably like unhealthy. Okay. Intuition, gut feeling, psychic, premonition, sixth sense. Yeah, this to me looks like people who have been on some kind of like spiritual journey, like people that, you know, I read for, people that like we read for in this community, where it's like there's something going on here. It's there, you're being like kind of led by your intuition. It's bringing you on. This is bringing you on some kind of journey that I feel like you don't even quite realize. And it's like, as you're engaging in the journey, you know, it's like at first you're like really thinking about this person, and then it's like you really have fully alchemized, and then is when like you're gonna like kind of be with this person. Yeah. Third party finances. This is interesting. So there's a lot of big themes that are kind of like working itself out here in this. I did say pile 2 had some funky energy. I think I was scared to look into pile 2, and maybe that's how you feel about this too, because of the thread. You know, Alex and I have noticed like some of the same cards, because we always shuffle like whenever we get these out, and it's like some of the same cards come out like really, really a lot. And I've noticed the mountain comes out a lot, and the thread has been coming out a lot. And I was like, oh, this feels like really heavy. This feels like, you know, that kind of like very strong spiritual pull. Look, anxiety. I'm literally describing my anxiety. And I feel like, yeah, you feel this type of way towards this person, but you maybe have some anxiety of looking into this. It causes you some kind of stress and depression, panic attacks, maybe like very restless, but I think something that you're already in. So let me just pull more. It's telling me to pull more. Yeah, intuition. I'm going to leave this up here because I feel like this is all connecting you with like your spirituality, your sixth sense. And it's helping you to travel towards a reconciliation and having like a relationship. And I love that we had the relationship card come out instead of the toxic relationship card coming out. So reunion, second chance, back together, I miss you. So again, this could be somebody from your past that you feel like I'm hearing troubled. You were troubled by the way that you treated them, or I think it would be the way you could have chose someone over this person, like that snake energy, or something happened that derailed you from this person or from this connection. Hold on, they're telling me to pull some hidden truth. This is deep. This is like deep stuff coming through here. Oh, I'm starting to understand our connection. I knew it. Yeah, I remember every detail of that day. Something went on here in this connection. And so this is definitely kind of like a blast from the past. I'm starting to understand our connection. I remember every detail of that day. There's something here that like haunts you, I think, about this person or about what you did. I'm hearing what you did, and just not knowing if this person could ever forgive you, because I'm hearing like shade. You could have shaded this person, but the snake energy, I keep seeing that snake card of like, maybe you feel like you were the snake, or you feel like you got wrapped up with a snake and you didn't know that. But I think like this, I know I was a distraction from your pain. That feels like it's again with that snake energy you feel bound, you feel used, but this isn't in this connection, and you're wondering what it would be like to have a healthy connection. So for some of you, it's like you already know who this person is, but I think for others of you, it's like you are wondering what it would be like to have a healthy connection. You would want you to feel loved, to feel cared for, to feel happy, like when you came home, instead of feeling like you were going to be like yelled at, or I replay our conversations over and over, and I wish I could take back my words. For some of you, flip these energies, because this is somebody's trying to get back into your good graces. They're trying to work and earn their way back into your life, but they know that they have a lot to overcome, and this does feel like a lot to overcome. And I'm wondering why this is coming out in like your next relationship, because it feels like there's a lot of work to do here and like a lot to be cleared up. Like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but like that's just kind of what's getting. It's time for me to heal now. I knew it. This is all pointing towards healing. So it's very divinely guided. It really is. You were the best thing in my life. There's like a lot of realizations here. I hope that one day you can forgive me. You're the best thing in my life. I want to tell you how I feel. I hid who I really am from you. I hide behind material things. I love you. I feel you even though we are apart. I bury myself in work to forget you. I feel you leaving me behind. My life is not as together as it seems. I replay our conversations over and over, and I knew exactly what I was doing. Somebody here is like haunted by who and how they were in the past, which feels bad, right? But this feels like a reckoning, and it's actually a very healthy maneuver. And I'm getting that snake energy because with the venom, it's like it can be venom, right? But it can be an antidote. And I feel like this person was the venom in the past, potentially in your life. But I think this is like a broader pattern overall. This person's really coming out of like a very thick fog, like depression or something, and really coming to terms with who and how it is that they are. And I do think this person's spiritual gifts are coming online. But as we know, like when you connect with your intuition, you really, if you're going to connect with other people psychically, you can't be trying to hide certain things about yourself. You can't be trying to keep secrets. We're kind of airing this all out, and we're getting things kind of out in the open. And I feel like that's the process that this person is going through. They're kinging up. This person's kinging up. And because I'm hearing like you're their queen, and they want to king up in order to be a part of you. In the past, and I think in the past, this person had excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. And I think they attracted a partner who is that like to the max. You know, sometimes like we attract partners that are wound mates and they're not really soulmates. And that's what feels like happened with that snake energy. But it's like they had to see that version of themselves, again, like multiplied out by 10 in order to understand exactly what that behavior felt like for other people. That was my little soul cat, masculine energy. That's really coming through. Yeah. So, hi, Soul. You joining the reading? Yeah, so they're kinging up. Hi, baby. Enlightened, benevolent leadership befitting those in your charge. I feel like this person really does want to do that. And then look, we have the damsel energy. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. And I feel like this person could have got baited into something because they were waiting by somebody who was in this like false damsel energy. And this could be man or woman, right? Somebody was like trying to tug on the heartstrings. Okay, so they're seeing like the healthy version, the real version of whatever it was that they fell for in the past, and they're realizing that their intuition was trying to warn them about this person and trying to guide them towards you the whole time. And again, if this isn't somebody from your past, this is somebody who is trying to manifest a soulmate, and you are their soulmate, and so this person is kind of coming out of a really dark place. But I think when they come into your life, they are going to have kinged up, and they're going to understand the nature of a healthy romance, and they're going to destroy the part of them that tries to mediate with like ulterior motives and a hidden agenda, because they understand now, like they will have gone through a period of hermitude, and I feel like that's what they're doing now. And I'm hearing that quote from Mean Girls where she says, if you get bit by a snake, you have to suck the poison out. And I always like to tell people that you actually aren't supposed to do that. I did learn that. I just don't want anybody to like actually get bit by a snake and then like hurt themselves even further. But like, yeah, I'm getting like this person is essentially like metaphorically speaking, sucking the poison out of their own life by going into a hermit mode. There could be like some kind of divorce or something, like where they're going to a mediator or some kind of therapist, somebody who can help. I'm hearing this person needs a lot of help advocating for their needs emotionally, because they just haven't been connected to an emotional space, and they're starting to understand that. I think they were led by their sexual desires, or like their lower natures, and like they're just impulses and what they wanted in the world, and they're starting to realize that that really led them into some like a snake den, like a snake nest. And I'm kind of getting with you that you could have climbed. I think you both will have had the experience of climbing out of a viper pit, and I used to get that a lot on the channel, this feeling of climbing out of a viper pit. But somebody did this of their family of origin, and I think that was probably you. And then this person followed their lower desires into a viper pit and now has to climb out of it. And I feel like so they can understand you better. Yeah, pioneer. And with this card, I always get like Beauty and the Beast, you know, like the rose that was in like the glass. So I feel like this person, oh, that was the prince energy that was down here. So again, this person could have been like a shade from your past, and they were again in this like nasty negative energy because the beast in Beauty and the Beast was a prince, and he like misused his power, and he threw all those balls and made everyone get all dressed up for him and everything. And he was really just like a jerk. And then until he got enchanted and turned into the beast. And that's like the period of hermitude. So I feel like this person, they could have grown like a lot of facial hair, or their appearance is just really unkempt. And like while they're going through this period of depression, and then they're going to like not even realize that they're not the same person anymore. Like when they meet you, like their beauty, their belle, they're gonna feel like not worthy or not good enough. And then that's where I feel like almost this could click over into pile number 1. You know, and then it's like they go take a pottery class or something, and like there you are. Detective. Yeah, great powers of observation and intuition. I feel like that's what this person is building in themselves, because they're realizing that they have missed. They're a student, so this person could be like a student of psychology and of themselves and of spirituality. This person is leveling up. They're starting to like really take the reins of their own life. I think this person found all of this stuff to be like woo woo or frivolous. Like, you know, it's totally fine not to know what your emotions are telling you. It's totally fine not to listen to a gut instinct. But really, they're realizing that it's like nobody can afford not to listen to a gut instinct. So you need to know what it is, and you need to know what it's telling you. It's actually a matter of survival. And that gut instinct, you know, it's like kind of rising up into like the second, third chakras rather than just the root chakra. And this person could have had a lot of insecurity in their root. And so they're realizing that they had this like busted haywire root chakra that was leading things, but it was also like all over the place. And so now they're tapping into like higher parts of themselves, and they're really starting to study. I think this person is recognizing that they have been victimized. I think they were baited into something. Again, with that healthy romance card, they thought that they were the rescuer. Right? But rescuer, persecutor, victim, you know, rescuers, because once you're on that triangle, you're all of them. And when you think of rescuer, persecutor, victim, think of it as like identity. Think of it as like nouns. That's what makes that incorrect. We all are sometimes victimized in our lives. Sometimes we all do end up helping people, and sometimes we do get persecuted as a verb, as like sometimes that occurs, but it doesn't become a noun. It doesn't become like your entire identity. And I think this person has realized and had to admit to themselves that they got baited in by somebody who was pretending like they were a damsel, regardless of gender, that they were victimized by something, and then they ended up actually being victimized themselves. And they really have had to like observe that going on here in order to heal. This person could have even gone to a healer, and it could have been a spiritual healer as well, like a spiritualist, and where they were like, whoa, this is actually what's helping me. Like I couldn't figure this out. And then it was a spiritualist who like helped me, or again, it's like the tarot, these witches out here that are just shedding light on in Hecate, you know, Hecate and her witches just out here just shedding light on everything. And it's connecting this person to a completely different element of life. And I think like this person's actually going to be quite spiritual. Like they're going to have like their own spiritual practice by the time that they come back. And but also this person kind of transcends convention and stuffiness. And they are going to really develop a strong love of wisdom. And I feel like that is what's actually bringing this person into that pilgrim energy. And that's where I really think this is going to go back into like the pile number 1 thing. But this is like a person who's a little further behind in that. They have a little bit more of a way to go. And it does feel like, I always think with this, have you ever climbed a rope? Like it's not enjoyable. It's like a dead ass lift. Like that's what it feels like this person is doing. Like just this, he didn't take the stairs, like whoever this was, you know, it's like just dead lifting themselves. So I feel like this person actually does have a lot of strength, and they are very motivated. And I don't think this person's comfortable with, because I think this person was trapped by, I'm just seeing somebody like in a hall of mirrors. You know, somebody was like really playing with the psychology of the space. So they were actually in a snake pit. They were in a deep depression. They were in some kind of family system, some kind of relationship where they were being victimized on a regular basis. But they had, whoever this was so sly and so much more advanced on an emotional level, that they had this person thinking they were something different altogether. I don't know exactly what it would be. I think it's different for each of these. Like, oh, well, you're living the dream and you don't have anything to complain about. But in reality, I'm hearing emotionally abused. And like I'm hearing systematically abused. But it's like this person's realizing that it was the psychology of it all. Because this is a person who, again, they're strong enough to get themselves out of things once they know what's going on. So it's like, because they're just realizing, because they were only blindly following their route. They didn't see things clearly. Because this is a person, I will say this, like this is a person where when they see things clearly, they will get out of it. Like they will actually take some kind of an action. So I think this is a very action-oriented person. They can have some kind of strong skill set. I feel like this person is not feeling very attractive, but I honestly think this is as a result of like whatever they have been in that's not making them feel really good. Okay, so let me see if I can't get anything about anything else. Anything else that you want to tell us about this? Besides, like, it's just kind of, this is all about self-love. So I think this person got with a person in the past that is self-obsessed and like really full of themselves and acts like they're better than everyone. Like I've just been really getting that. And so this person like didn't have enough self-love, and then somebody else here had like way too much self-love. And again, that was the other thing where they needed to stare in the mirror. So this person, remember I said they were like arrogant and selfish and entitled. And so they got with a person who was like that times 10 to like kind of be able to see that in themselves. Well, also like this person doesn't have any self-love. And so they had to get with somebody who is like, they have an overinflated sense of self-love. In order for that to just like get them upset. I also think this person could have like cheated on them. They have like excessive self-obsession, sexual energy, but this is somebody who like, I think maybe sleeps with people to sleep with themselves. Sorry. They don't care who they're with. It's not about them. It's like, I'm so la-di-da. Like that's kind of what this is. And this person's starting to realize that they didn't have any self-love. And I think this person is reaching out for help. I just saw inquiry and support. So I think this person's inquiring into how to get support, into pulling themselves out of this. Anything else? Like, what can you tell me about the relationship itself? How's it going to be? A new beginning, some kind of a fresh new beginning. Coming out of something angry, but this is beautiful, and something could happen here around springtime. And then we've got the Jade Emperor energy. Are you kidding? This is really, really good. This is like Bodhisattva energy for me. This is somebody who was like trusted by the heavens to be in this Emperor energy. So again, there's this Emperor energy, but then this is somebody who's very integrated in their spiritual side. And I guess I don't really know what else I can say here. We'll get some messages. We got a lot of the hidden truth. This person's truth, I'm hearing, was hidden for a long time. It was buried under somebody else's. I'm hearing like monotony, somebody else's monotony. I'm hearing incessant. Like somebody here was just incessantly obsessed with themselves and arrogant. And like that's all this person really like heard. And then they kind of marinated in that. And it's a lot to kind of like come up out of. They felt like they were under the thumb of somebody here who couldn't see them, didn't want to see them, and wanted them to kind of, I don't know, just like... Yeah, look, I never expected to fall in love. This isn't over between us. I'm coming back for you. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that strongly in this group. I never expected to fall in love. Remember I said this person's like very driven by their root, and that could have been why they got involved with somebody. They could have thought that being with somebody very like attractive and flashy, even if they were like off the rails, was like all you could hope for, or at least the best that they could hope for, because they never expected to fall in love. And then I think, when this person was in the midst of this darkness, they never expected to fall in love, but there you are. This isn't over between us. I'm coming back, and this person means it. They mean it. They're like really doing a lot. This person is building up their strength. They really are. They're going to be an entirely, it's almost like this person I'm describing in this reading is not even going to be the same person that like shows up whenever you have this, connection or this relationship. I wasn't planning on having anything serious when we met, but I can't deny I am falling for you. I feel empty without you. That again goes back to the pilgrim energy. Remember I was saying like I feel like both of you actually weren't. I love you so much no matter what. I wish you would knock on my door. No other compares to you. I have never loved anyone the way that I love you. This is like crazy. This is like a strong soulmate connection. Yeah, no other compares to you. Okay, any obstacles that you are... there's a lot of obstacles, let's be real. Gray the Gold Witch, thank you so much for the $100. To see takes time, indeed. Okay, look, Dark Woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So this could be... Lion, time to act. This could be the person in this person's background, like in this person's life that was potentially like overbearing. Because I'm kind of getting like dark woman, like spiritually, not necessarily that they're like have dark hair, but they could. I just don't like the look on her face. She's like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, this person sort of like, I feel like this person's with a hater, like somebody that hates on their energy, like sees the potential in them and hates it, like doesn't want this person to be creative, they're trying to keep this person down. And it's meant to bring out the lion here in this person, the leader in this person, time to take some kind of actions. Look, victory and some endeavor. Yeah. And the strength card and like the picturing like the 6 of Wands, the victory card, that's really what I'm getting. There's a lot of Leo energy here. And happiness. This person is like moving towards happiness. I think the obstacle is this person that they're with, and it doesn't have to be a woman, like, it could be a man that this person is with. But if that's the case, it's like, we've seen this before. It's like this, they manipulate using the corrupted feminine force. And so it's really insidious, and it's subtle, and it's social, and it's emotional, which is why this person sort of has to beef themselves up. But look, like everything on the other side is like so good. If this person can just, get beyond this. And then the peacock at the bottom of the deck, beware of great pride. I even feel like this person that they're with could gaslight them. You know how narcissists, a lot of times they project onto you. And so like you will just like look nice and do your hair, and they'll be like, oh, well, look who's arrogant. But meanwhile, this person's like wholly arrogant. And then they're trying to tell you that just because you look nice for a day, that you're being arrogant or that you're self-obsessed. But really, like I said, this person's a hater, and they just want to keep this person down. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. That could be this person that you're asking about, but it also could be that this woman gets involved with that person to try to get a new home or a new attitude. Happiness. In order to try to keep this person down. But I think this person knows who they're dealing with, and they're not interested, and they I just heard they're showing me the 2 seagulls fighting over trash again. Like, don't fight over trash, because whoever wins that is just going to eat it, and that's going to get in their belly, and then it's not going to be good. So yeah, I think that's all I really have here for pile number 2. I think that when this person comes back, they might be in pile number 1 energy, or potentially in pile number 3, because we haven't done that, but strongly getting that. It's connecting them with their pilgrim energy, though, is like really what I'm getting. So not a new home. Protect yourselves. Okay.
Goddess. Well, who would have thought that pile 2 wasn't that bad?
Nice. Never sympathize with the devil. So true. Flying out to see my person in LA, but just landed in my layover city. Aw. Wow. Okay. Demons out and about. I saw a meme that was like, Audacity must be on sale today. All right, let me just put my lip gloss on, and then we'll go to pile 3. Okay. I always get so nervous, like going into a new pile, because it's like, I'm scared I'm going to get like whiplash from one energy to another energy. And I don't know, maybe this is how you or this person feels as well, but it's like, I'm always just like nervous, like, okay, I got to tap into like a whole new energy, switch gears entirely. Okay. Pile number 3, the hunter. Oh, Atomic Kitten just said, I just wanted to say your candles are great. Thank you so much. I think so too. I think they're really good candles. And just a shameless plug, if you guys are interested in ritual candles or just a way to connect with witchery and you're drawn to like the fire element, we do have candles for sale, and Alex can throw the link in if you are interested. We got a lot of them to choose from to help you connect with like whatever your intention is and everything. So thank you for saying that. I'm glad that you like them. And Jess is wearing black. Okay. Pile number 3. So far, so good. Okay. I do always get a little bit scared. This kind of strikes me as like a bad boy or a bad girl. Like maybe you have that impression of this person. They're also in dark horse energy. This person could like completely come out of nowhere and like really catch you off guard. But look, we got the relationship card. They want a relationship with you. I feel like this is going to be a person who is pursuing you. Like this person wants you, and they see you as their light. So, and you know, it always strikes me that the light is coming through a keyhole over here. So I don't know if this person just briefly saw you, or like it feels like they had a little taste of you and they immediately knew that you were their person. Like here with this relationship card, commitment, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, and then look, surrender, letting go, release, giving up, patience. So I feel like this person maybe comes into your life when you're in a state of surrender here about a relationship. And I feel like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like you are all this sunshine energy. So I feel like, okay, again, with I'm picturing like the moon card to the sun card in the tarot. So you have come out of a dark night of the soul. You've done a lot of soul searching. Maybe you were spending a lot of time in the house, and all of a sudden you're coming out and you're expressing your joviality, and this person feels like they've clocked it. But this person also feels like they're on the perimeter. So I'm getting like a part of your broader network. This could be a friend of a friend. This could be somebody who's seen you out at some kind of like larger gathering or function or something like that. And they really are just, I'm seeing like this person, I'm just watching them watch you like laugh and smile and like looking at you from behind, like looking at you when you're not looking. And, oh my gosh. Okay. So for some of you, this could be an ex-lover. It's at the bottom of the deck, but not for everybody. Not for everybody. But for some of you, reconciliation. Somebody wants to bring some kind of truth here, okay? I don't want to scare you because I know a lot of you, this is going to be a new energy, okay? But for some of you, this is like an ex-lover. They are watching you thrive. They want a reconciliation, and they want to bring you some kind of truth or a confession or bring some kind of clarity. They want to reveal secrets to you. I think they just want to reveal a regret. So this person has like some kind of regrets, and it could have even like been linked to an addiction here. And they could have even been like working on healing their finances as well. So this person wants to like bring some kind of truth. And I feel like you might not even be thinking of this person. Okay. Like with this dark horse energy, it's like, I feel like this person might catch you off guard. They like kind of emerge like out of nowhere. Been waiting. Yeah. So what else? Spirit for the new relationship. For some of you, maybe this person ghosted you. There's something here about travel or heartbreak. Maybe this person feels like you ghosted them in order to travel somewhere else, and now they're seeing you live your best life, and it caused them some kind of heartbreak, and that could be part of the confession, or take that however it's resonating. Definitely been thinking about him. New love, roll the dice. So I think this person... I was kind of getting this. They might even come back whenever you have gotten into a relationship with somebody else, and it's like maybe you're in some kind of a new love. This could even be with like a pile number one person, like a pilgrim type. And remember I said there's a period of your life where you're very bohemian and you're very casual. So it could be during that period. And then this could be, for some of you, all three of these piles are related, where it's like it's the pile number two person who is now in the pilgrim energy, and they're the one that's like the actual solid relationship that's going to come through, and they just see you being in this like kind of bohemian, and they want to like really roll the dice. But again, I think there's something about this that's going to be like very unexpected, and I think you're going to be like, wait a second, like I left for a reason because you did XYZ, but this person knows that they need to bring some kind of truth. They know that they need to bring some kind of a confession, some kind of clarity. Yeah. And I just feel like you really are in a period of letting go, like whenever this comes through. Yeah, I feel like there's a third party energy, and maybe this person had involved a third party in your relationship, or and they want to bring clarity here about that. Look, divine timing. Yeah, so there's something here going on with divine timing. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like, okay, hold on. Let me see here. What can you tell me about this? Because not for everybody is this going to be somebody from your past. For others of you, I feel like this is somebody on your periphery. But I think for some of you, it's like you could be going through a period where you're looking really good and you have a lot of options. Like you could just be going through this period like soon. I kind of feel like soon, because you're getting your pet back, you're getting your sexy back. Yeah, I'm hearing that song Sexy Back, unfortunately, by Justin Timberlake, who is who he is. And so maybe it's like you are, again, I'm just picturing this like in a crowd, bohemian, you have a lot of interest, people kind of, I think you could have potentially a lot of options. Okay, but tell me about this next relationship here for pile number 3. You guys are in some good energy. I just feel like I always know, because I read your cards. So it's like a lot of you are, I read for the best of the best. And then like a lot of times that energy attracts the worst of the worst. So I know that like you get all kinds of energies that like want to be a part of whatever it is that's going on. But I feel like you guys are in some really good energy here. And you're big chilling. Like you are in a place of comfort and contentment, and you're growing. And I feel like this person, I just saw the Valkyrie card, which is like redemption, and it's the guy who like got wounded in the leg and he's like taking a knee, and like the woman is like standing over. So I feel like this person owes you an apology, this person who's coming back, and they know it. They know that they were in some dark horse energy in the past. This person could be really athletic, really independent, But again, I feel like what was like independent player nature in the past has tempered out. Like when this person comes back, it's because it's tempered out into that like pilgrim energy. You know, it's like, I want to have an adventure, but I also want to be like moral, and I don't want to be hurting people. And I certainly don't want to be hurting people that I love, and that I like, and that I want to support, and I want to be in their life. Like this person's matured, I think, in a way. They're very confident. I feel like this person's going to come back like really confident. He was my favorite, Justin. Can't shut this off. Okay. For some of you, hold on. Okay, this person is like ready to come through correct. With this Lilith card, they want to treat you like an equal. So I feel like this person was not treating you like an equal. You up and left. And now it's like they want to come back and have some kind of equal relationship. They want to grow and they want to expand. This person knows that this person that's coming like knows that they did something wrong. And I feel like this person saw you and they're like, whoa. Like something, they saw what it was that you were up to and they're like, whoa, hold on, hold the phone, hold a second. Yeah, this person knows they can have everything with you, whoever this is. So regardless if this is an ex coming back from the past or somebody coming up from the periphery of like your network, I feel like they could have been in this like player kind of a nature. They're going to be very confident when they approach you, but they do recognize that you are for them. Like I'm kind of picturing like in a stupor as well. Like this person could well approach you in like a bar or something. Somebody here could have been framed for something that they didn't do. I could be part of the confession. So this is an interesting pile. And it feels like it's more than one energy, to be honest. But I feel like there's one like main ex that's like coming back from the past, or like ex-lover, somebody who knows that they did you dirty, knows that they were in a low energy, has some confessions that they want to bring to you. And then there's, again, people in your periphery. What else can you tell me about this? You're seen as like having a golden cup. Like you are seen so highly by this person. Somebody here is determined. Okay, I just want to let you know, like somebody here is like determined. They see you as their destiny. I feel like this person is just very single-minded when it comes to you. They could get very mad when they see other people hitting on you or being with you or anything, and then they're going to try everything to like try to get into your good graces. This person they want to know if there's hope. I'm hearing like, is there any hope? Like, just tell me the truth. Like, I want you. I'm sorry I was this way, I was that way. Just shoot me straight. Like, is there any hope? For a commitment. Oh my gosh. I feel like your jaw is going to hit the floor. You're going to be like, you of all people, you are asking me about commitment. Yeah. Like they feel like it's a gateway to a new life. This person is like, I feel like this person has matured and I just keep getting that message. Okay. So tell me so if you did go with one of these people who is in this energy, this kind of dark horse energy, what would the relationship be like? Let's have a good look. Let's have a gander at that, shall we? Because I feel like that's going to be your question. Like, what would a relationship be like? Okay, strength. So, hold on. First of all, I just don't think that you're going to be anybody's fool. Like, I think that you're going to observe this. Like, if this person steps out on you or whatever, like, I think they're going to have to be very careful. And I feel like, if this does go the distance and you've been with them for 15 years and this person steps out, I mean, like that. Like, it just feels like you are really not tolerating this. So, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, with the strength, I feel like there really is like a good blend here, but this feels like a risk. This feels like, feels like a risk for you. Look, 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. This person is stuck between 2 paths, and that doesn't sit comfortably with me because they're not firmly in one path or another. This strikes me as a person who has seen you and who has seen the possibility for a higher path. They're like very focused on you. It's something that they want. They go back and forth here as well. There could be something going on with this person's finances and their like material stability. So again, like relationship be like, there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of love. Like, I mean, this, like the connection is fire, like for sure. You've got the Lovers and the Strength. I keep hearing that song of like, I just found out the only reason that you're loving me is to get back at your ex-lover, but before you leave, like, what's going on with this person? We just got the Magician card, okay? Who is this person, Spirit? Man, who is this person? Part of the problem is there's a lot of people that are trying to come into this to this particular pile. Who is this person? Okay. I feel like this is a karmic, to be honest. Like, I'm not saying that it's not also a soulmate here, like with the lovers. There is clearly some really intense karma to be worked out, and it's on a cycle. And this person knows that you are their golden cup, okay? But they also, it's not just about getting the golden cup, because I feel like you guys have been there in the past, and that's the karma that's playing out, and this is a functioning dysfunction. I feel like this person is coming to you saying, because this flipped upside down. They're trying to say that they want to end this negative cycle, but can they? Because this was like flipping upside down. I feel like this person could potentially bring a lot of drama and a lot of chaos into your life, because this person feels left out in the cold. And I feel like whenever you start to pull your energy away from this person and you mean it and you close the door and you actually start going through your grieving process with this person, they want to come back and play nice. And Spirit is saying it always kind of looks like this with you too, where it's like you get fed up, you leave, and then that's when exactly when this person comes back knowing exactly what to say. I'm sorry, because they feel the threat of losing you. And this person is not wanting to lose you. But I don't think that this person, this is the problem with relationships, when somebody is motivated to change for another person and not because they want to be somebody different. You can't want this person to be different. You can't want this person to be better more than they want it for themselves. Okay. And I think that you really are. I think that you're flattered by this. Like, I think you're really flattered that this person loves you enough, cares about you enough, wants you enough in order to want to change whenever it is that you start to pull your energy away. But in reality, that's not enough for this person to actually turn the corner and to make the change that they need to make. So this almost looks like, to me, the darker side of the energy that really came out in pile number 2, because pile number 2, that person was really actually making a change in secret, behind closed doors. They were meeting their own life and their own energy because they knew that they were in something unquestionably negative, and they were connecting with their own spirituality, and it really was this journey of independence that was leading them to something better. I feel like this is a person here who is very manipulative with the Magician card, and I'm very hesitant to say this about this person. I really don't want this to be true, and I feel like you really don't want this to be true about this person. I think you really want to believe this person because there is a connection here, a strong connection. There really is. There's a strong connection here. It's just overlaid with a bunch of toxic BS, and to be honest, it's coming from this person's side, and they do know it. Because you're coming up here as like this bright sunlight. You have healed from this. You are finding your independence, and it's not fair for this person to like all of a sudden look at what they could have had and to look at you doing well. And this is the type of person that like knows when you're thriving and then wants to come back just to suck you back in to their nonsense, because they want what they see you having, but they don't understand that like in a partnership, they have to be holding their side of it. And to be honest, this feels like a person who is going to kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the water with somebody who is small and doesn't know how to swim, and then they just kind of like grab onto you and you're like trying not to drown. Like, that's what it feels like. This person cannot kind of tread water. They can't hold their own weight when it comes to like healing and health and independence and like meditation and spirituality and everything. They want this for themselves. They really do. They want this. But at the same time, it's like this person just doesn't know really how to get there. And I feel like this person is longing for you. There's a lot of that. So Spirit, tell me what else about this person. They're insecure. This person is feeling really insecure, and I think their finances are bad. Like whenever they're coming back and they just see you leaving and they feel judged, and good. Like, it sent a very strong message, and it's supposed to send this person into a period of hermitude so that they can be independent. I really feel like Spirit is wanting this person to be single. I feel like they are wanting this person to be independent, to take Spirit's cup. That's what this feels like. Because I feel like this person needs to go on this journey of healing. And then when this person is doing that, they need to be bored as well. Like, this is a person that strikes me as like dopamine hit. They need to be bored. They need to learn how to be bored. I'm hearing fundamentally, Spirit is saying fundamentally that's what we want this person to learn before we're going to give them potentially like their higher soulmate is like I'm just hearing forget relationship skills. This person needs to know that it is a part of life to be bored. They need to understand that that doesn't mean that they're not with their soulmate, and that they're, because this could be a person who thinks that that's what that means. Whenever life just kind of is calm and like peters out, this is a person who's going to disturb your peace just because they don't know how to tend peace. And I just kind of feel like they're trying to get your attention. That's what this is. This is Knight of Wands energy. And they see you doing really well, and they see you thriving, and they see you happy, and they see that you are like really sexy, and like there's a lot of attraction here. So maybe that's some comfort for you that this person like, has a lot of, and they're trying to get your attention. Like, and this very much feels like on the periphery of your network. So I'm picturing like you go to a festival, or you go to like, a big barbecue or something, and this person is like really, and that's what bothers me about this person too. This is a person who should be on their hands and knees. Like, could a person like you possibly love a person like me? Like, would you take a chance on me? Like, that's the energy that they're in. But instead, they're not approaching you like kind of directly. I feel like this person, they will, but like when this person approaches you, it's going to like kind of seem out of nowhere, and it's going to come in like all guns a-blazing, like very confident. But I think before that, there's going to be this long period where this person is trying to bait you into paying attention to them, even though this person knows full well that you have had their eye for a long time, that they're really the ones that want your attention. So this person tries to kind of flip the script. They want your attention, but they want you to think that you wanted their attention, which is, again, it's like game and it's manipulation. And I just feel like whatever's gone on in the past between the two of you, this person really does want to apologize, but notice their behavior, like everything that I just described, and you might not notice it, that this person's actually been watching you for a while and kind of biding their time and waiting for them to like come like full bore, like right at you, right up the middle. But that's the same old energy. It's the energy of manipulation. It's the energy of I can't be honest with you and forthright. I think this person really does have something that they need to apologize for, and they're protecting it. They're trying to seem like the emperor because they are trying to stir up your like romantic I'm hearing infatuation with them. This person tries to get people to like have an infatuation with them. And you could have like had a sexual connection with this person in the past, and they just want to like hoover you back. That's what this feels like. But you are on your throne, queen. You are on your throne. And they just feel like and you could be, when this person comes back, you could have somebody else that actually matches you. King and Queen of Pentacles. Somebody who, again, is this like, that's the healthy pilgrim that I was getting. And like, look, oh my gosh, like the 10 of Cups, the Empress card, the Queen of Cups, you could be in some good energy. And it's just, I'm hearing from Divergent, there's a quote where Four is saying to Triss, because she gets attacked. This person has this like attacking kind of an energy. I'm not saying that they're going to attack you like physically, like I hope not. But it's like she feels like ambushed. She gets ambushed by like one of the guys who's also in her class. Because she's like climbing up through the ranks, and Four explains that to her. She's like, I can't believe that he did that. And he was like, you're climbing up through the ranks and he's failing. And fear does something weird to people. Like how? But I'm hearing like fear doesn't shut you down, it wakes you up. Like, I feel like there's something here where it's like you have connected with your strength, you've connected with your power and destiny, and frankly, you are leaving this person behind, and they're right to think that. And Spirit is saying it's not wrong for them to connect with the truth of this situation. This person needs to suffer a little bit mentally with who and what it is that they are and what they've done to people. So I think this is like a person who is potentially, this strikes me as a person who like uses people and like jumps into like other relationships, and they stir up a lot of romance though. Like, this is a person who gives you the impression that there is like a lot of love and a lot of romance and a lot of connection, and that you're twin flames and that you're soulmates and everything. This is a person who uses that like kind of to get you bound up in your own head and to keep you like kind of confused. I feel like you had other things that you were focusing on, and you are steady moving away from this person. You are like, Spirit has built you this little bridge away from this person. And I feel like a lot of you, there's been a lot of guidance. And when you get to that other side, your energy really does tip. And I'm just giving you this as a warning because it feels like moving away from this person in this dark horse energy, I think they probably had their opportunity with you. Again, crossroads. There was that crossroads moment where it's like they could have actually met their own selfhood, their own destiny. They could have turned it around. But this person didn't choose to do that. And so because of that, then you moving away from this person was actually the right thing to do. And Spirit is going to reward you. And that's what this person's going to see, is that you are better off without them. And that is the truth of it. They don't want you to see that. They want you to see them as like your divine soulmate. But in reality, this person is just trying to hoover you back into something less than you deserve, is what I'm hearing. Less than you deserve, where it's just a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of game playing. Because the way this person presents themselves to you is not how they're actually feeling. This person is kind of striking me as a con artist. They're going to meet you with a lot of confidence, but really they're feeling very insecure and shady behind the scenes. But the good news is you have a lot of other options. Like this person, I think maybe you really are fixated on this person. You really do want this person to come back. You really are hoping that they are changing. And I think you know that something about your circumstances has changed, so that you've sent the message, and you have sent the message that they better come through correct if they're going to come back, and you're hoping that that's going to be enough for this person, because I think you do understand that this person cares about you very much. But it's not, because this person, once they get you, it's like they just go back to their old ways. And I don't think this person like plans on doing that. I just think it's because they're not addressing the right thing. They think it's about grabbing the golden cup, which is you, but they need to address themselves, you know? And this is what's different fundamentally between this pile and pile number 2, is that pile number 2 understands that they need to be getting themselves out of a bad situation, like for themselves. They want to be better for themselves. They do want to experience genuine love, and they know that they need to bring like a certain level of themselves to the table, but this is not that person. And I think that you really want this person to be the pile number 2 person. They're just not. Look, 7 of Swords. I just ask in my mind, what would a relationship be like? There would be secrets and lies and sneaking around, and then new beginnings, and then moments of absolute clarity, and then being absolutely deceived, and then ultimately a bunch of betrayal trauma. And I feel like this relationship would end in some kind of a major betrayal, where again this person is going to be having to sit and really think and reflect, because I feel like that's what you and you alone can do for this person, is like to put them in this position where you are defending yourself, because you are the wounded warrior. I think just overall, because you've been around with this person at the very least in past lives, probably in this one. And so when you are actually learning boundaries, and I'm picturing this meme, I live my life in memes, but it's like, it's this picture of like a concrete slab, and there's just the door of like a fence, one of those metal fences. It's literally just the door, and then all the rest of it is like not put up. And it was like actual photo of my first attempt in holding boundaries. And I feel like that's kind of like you know, where it's like, at least when it comes to this person, because there is a connection here. And I feel like also like the chemistry is fire. Like the sexual chemistry between the two of you is absolutely fire, but you're getting a different perspective on that, you know? And I kind of feel like if you're not careful, like again, this Wheel of Fortune energy, you could potentially, getting with this person could potentially put you in the pile number 2 situation, but where you're in the dark energy with somebody who doesn't appreciate you, who is that snake energy where you got tempted by something lower vibrational, but you thought it was something higher vibrational, and then you feel depressed and you feel stuck, and this person is like arrogant or entitled or full of themselves. Like if you're not careful, that's exactly where this could potentially end up, where you've gotten yourself out and the wind is in your sails, because it's like, that's where Spirit needs you to kind of go, and Spirit really needs you to put up your boundaries when it comes to this person. Yeah. So thanks, King. Yeah, this is all about you finding your balance. And I think you have found your balance point in this. And that's what's making you so powerful. And it's having an effect on this person, because there is a connection here. It's drawing the poison out. But this is somebody who needs like held down, and they're sweating and they're biting the towel and stuff, like to get the poison. Like I feel like their guide team is having to like do this to them, because they can't keep going on this way. And this person is just in some negative energy, but you're going to get your wish fulfillment here. Like if you stay away from this person, oh my gosh, you have a King of Wands coming in. Yes, this is what we want for this pile. You have a King of Wands coming in. Okay, this somebody here, and it's not this person, that could be somebody else who like completely catches you off guard. And I feel like this person kind of just like falls into your life. Like that could be out of like your broader network. This person is sexy as hell. Okay, like this person who's coming in for you, if you don't take the forbidden fruit here, like this person is fire. Like could be literally a fire sign, breaks the mold. You could meet this person like they're traveling, but again, they could have been in something that was very acrimonious in their past. This person has a lot of burdens and responsibilities, but they see you as like their little bohemian. They see you as and I feel like this person doesn't know what to do. Okay, but this person, so the King of Wands for me is somebody, I think they came up through the Knight of Wands. So this person could have been very like non-committal in the past, but this is somebody who's bossed up and who actually is ready to commit. This energy is coming into your life. It's just there's an ex here that I feel like is really on your mind, and that person wants to like come in and whatever. But if you don't take that, like the real deal is actually going to fall into their life, and they're confused. Like when they see your energy, because you are their prize. Like you are the end of a karmic cycle for them. They are an end of a karmic cycle for you. And they're confused about it. They're like, whoa, like, wait a second. And, yeah, they really like your attitude. Like you are somebody who is like very free and very fun and very casual. This person really likes to see you smile. It's the same thing. And they want to be in a relationship with you. And this feels again more like the pile number one. And this could be what this ex is seeing, is like the two of you have this very natural connection and you make each other smile and you're just in a place of surrender. And that's when this person like all of a sudden comes in. And this is a person who will make moves too. Like this King of Wands is going to definitely make it happen with you. And I think they're going to be, but this is a person who actually is confident, you know, and I think you're going to feel the difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gives you this different perspective. So that's where the healing comes in. And I'm hearing like, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Yeah. Okay, good. So like I said, with pile number 3, it feels like you are looking fine. You are in some sexy energy and you have a lot of people after you. People that you might not even know are after you. And these people want to come in from your periphery. These people could be pretending like they're your friend. They are your friend, a lot of these people. But this also is like a lot of people, I think, around you want something more with you. And they're just kind of, they're trying to get your attention. They're trying to kind of pull you off to the side to have one-on-one conversations. They're trying to gauge your interest. And so I feel like this kind of a setup, because you've got your light on shining bright, then you have people that are going to try to come in from like the periphery in order to like take their shot. And I think one of these people is going to be the ex, which we explored thoroughly, and that's not exactly a great situation. Or just somebody here from your past where there was like a lot of chemistry. You could have thought this person was your twin or your soulmate or something. But then there's plenty of other people, and then if you don't take the forbidden fruit with the twin, there is somebody who is like the real deal that's coming in. So tell me about this person, this like real deal thing. Somebody could be pursuing them in that way, in the same way. I just don't think that they're interested, because I think they have confidence and they're like, I don't get treated like that. I think both of you, that's what you kind of vibe on. Magnetic attraction. Who is this person? Who is this King of Wands? Music. So there might be a connection here with music. They could take you to see live music. They could introduce you to some new music. Yeah, they could have just gone through a breakup. Yeah, I just saw music and date. So could start off with a hookup. Storm warning, upheaval, obstacle, liquid courage. So you could be drinking when this person kind of comes in. I feel like this person, they could have just gone through a breakup, and that's part of what's catching them off guard, and they're confused because they're like, no, I was going to be single for a while. And then all of a sudden it's like they meet you and they feel like it's a fated meeting. Yeah, and you guys could have a hookup. Or I feel like it's more this ex-lover that like wants to have a hookup, but this other energy is like tempering that. It really does feel like you can go with the toxic ex, or you can like take this new road, this new person. Tell me about this King of Wands. Tell me about this King of Wands. Very smart person. Might seem cold or blocked off. Again, I'm getting kind of an overlap between this and pile number 1, where they seem cold and blocked off, but actually this person is very creative, and they're very bohemian, and they're very artistic, and they're very in touch with their heart space. This person's a catch. This person is a catch. Yeah, they're biding their time. This person is being strategic. I think this King of Wands knows that there's, potentially they know that there's this ex around, or that there is some kind of a competition here. And they may actually be gearing up to, you know, it's like they want to compete for you, but this person's way of competing is very dignified, and it's like they're allowing you to make your choice. And this person likes you, and I just feel like they're held back, and they're just like waiting for you to make your choice, basically. But they're still being like their sexy, proud sort of a self. And they see like it's kind of punk energy that's coming through from this ex. Like very like, I don't know, this guy looks like he's starting a fight, and then this person, look, is like very proud and like very, Pluto is the planet of power. Like they're just standing in their power. This person has a big, broad mind, and they're coming up from some kind of like confusion, and they just don't want involved. It's like a lot of posturing coming from somebody around you, or like maybe this is the ex, or this is like other people that are interested in you. A lot of like really immature kind of punk like Knight of Wands kind of posturing. And I feel like this person is just like, no. Like if you like that, you need to choose them, because I'm just not in that energy. You guys could talk about spirituality. I feel like alcohol is going to play a part in this potentially for some of you, where you have like a long conversation when you're like drunk or something. And then that's when this person's going to kind of reveal themselves to you. Yeah. Cause and it all is like very natural. And I think you just kind of get drawn into this person. You get drawn into their energy, into their gravity, like a Leo kind of does, you know? There's definitely competition for you, and this person is going to compete, but it's like their way of doing it is just much more subtle and this person is very caring and very nurturing. And that's where, again, I feel like we're getting that, overlap here. And this person's very caring. Like this person is very caring. This is the type of person, this King of Wands is the type of person to like sacrifice about themselves in order to help other people. And they may have actually made a decision to do that here in the past. This is also a person who will stand up to authority, like when authority is wrong or like corrupted. And I think that you're really going to feel like it's really, this person's in a league all their own when it comes to your heart. But when it comes to just, I feel like this person's genuinely a divine masculine. I'm hesitant when I feel like this X situation, it's like a lot of people would say, oh, that's your divine masculine. And I feel like words have meaning, and the word divine has a meaning, and it comes with a certain set of maturity and like behavior. And somebody in that energy, it's like, what you mean is that there's a lot of chemistry and there's like a lot of attraction between the two of you, but that doesn't make somebody divine. This other energy that's coming in is in their divine masculine energy. Look, please be patient because I'm afraid of commitment. But it feels like this person's prepared for commitment, though, because they're in the King of Wands. They're not the Knight of Wands. They're a king. And they are very sexy, and they do have a handle on their lower natures and their passions. I just feel like they got out of something. They could have just like gotten out of a commitment, and they were like, am I going to go back into a commitment? I thought I was going to be single for a while. But then like all of a sudden, like this person just like fell into my lap. I love you and I can't stop thinking about you. I hope to have a future with you one day. I struggle with revealing my true feelings and emotions, but I love you more than you think. Yeah, this person I think just watches you a lot because they notice that there's competition around for you, but they just notice and they kind of just like play their cards right. But they're confident. They're not afraid to make their move when it presents itself. But again, like this person is not going to like debase themselves in any way. I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. I want to take care of you the way that you've always taken care of me. Like, this is a lovely connection. Please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve it. Maybe we're better off separated. Look, this is from the ex. Like, they just keep wanting to get in on this. Because I just felt like your energy was starting to promote in this. And you were just starting to, like, grow and expand and feel love. And again, this is what I was seeing. And then that's when the ex kind of shows itself. And you're like, maybe we're better off separated, okay? Because I'm just, like, really happy with my King of Wands. And I fell in love the moment I saw him. So, yeah, and this person, I'm afraid for getting too serious. I was hurt before. Other people were interfering and trying to control me. Isn't this just like this past person? It wasn't my fault. I just feel like this other person annoys you because they don't take accountability. And when they do, it's specifically to hoover you back in. And then they don't actually like, meaning, yeah, they're just like falling all over themselves, this like X energy. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys. I feel like we're sort of getting the picture here where there's a lot of options for pile number 3. I feel like you guys are looking spicy, looking sexy. And we'll see the obstacles. Obviously, I feel like the competition is an obstacle here actually as well. Because it's like you have options, but you don't know how those options are going to affect some of these options. But I'm just letting you know this healthy King of Wands isn't exactly turned off by the competition, just knows how to play it really right. And in a way that is like dignified for themselves, but also allows you to choose. Like they're not going to, if you don't want to be with them, they're not going to like fall all over themselves trying to convince you to be with them. You know what I mean? Protection from a powerful friend. I feel like this King of Wands and like this relationship is actually protection from the ex. And they do have a type of power over your heart. And they do have a type of power over your emotions that they frankly misuse at every turn. And I think that's something you're just meant to see. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Yeah, I think this King of Wands is very in touch with their emotions and is very loyal. And it kind of is like, I'm hearing like a guard dog. They're a loyal, protective person. And they protect you from feeling sad. This person doesn't like to see you sad. This X energy wants you to feel sad over them, wants to pull on your heartstrings in order to like maneuver you. Look, dogs. Look, we had the dog over here in that good energy. And then this other energy came out getting together with friends. Look, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. So this X energy could come back trying to get like your help. But I don't like this energy coming from your past. It feels like I'm just picturing this, like somebody coming in to like smack you or something. Like, I don't know if this person has gotten violent with you or if that's like a possibility, or with like your pets or something. You shouldn't overlook that. If somebody is like rough with your pets or something, look, frying pan, trouble accusations. And I just heard jumping from the frying pan into the fire. I don't like that. I don't like this energy coming from the ex. And this other energy is coming in to protect you from this person's influence. Spirit's giving you an off-ramp because you don't need to go through this. You've learned any lessons you need to learn here from this past. This person could be younger. And July could be important as well. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Any other obstacles that pile number 3 should look out for? Okay, yeah, hookup. Like, I just feel like this ex wants a hookup. This is reminding me of another one of these readings that I did. And I think it was like your next date with somebody. And it was coming through. It was like the 4th of July or some kind of festival. And I'm getting that same energy where it feels like a group or it feels like a crowd. And it doesn't have to be a particular event, right? But again, people wanting to come in from the crowd. And I was like, either you're going to connect with this like higher vibrational person and you're going to talk all night. You're going to talk about like, you know, your hopes and dreams and like your perspectives on things and what it is that you've been up to, and like you're really actually forming some kind of solid connection, or it's going to be this person, this ex from your past, and it's probably going to be some type of like drunken hookup, and that is actually like an obstacle here. So get back to the basics of yourself, of your emotions, and then a marriage will take place. So yeah, I feel like this probably will lead to marriage with either one of these people. It's just you really don't want to get involved with the ex because it'll be terrible, and it'll probably put you in that position. Like I said, you don't want to be the pile number 2 person, where it's like you really were just led by your root and you thought it was something higher. You thought it was a soulmate, but just because there was a lot of attraction and a lot of chemistry, and then you have to climb up because you want a soulmate. Does that make sense? So yeah, I feel like that's all I really have. This was interesting. You just walked us through an intense time. People are rising to the occasion. Growth is knowing your ex just wants to have X with you one more time before actually going, or your separate ways is so far from flattering. I agree. And I think this person, I think I think they actually want to be with you. It's just they can't be with you because they're so maladjusted and they're not fixing that within themselves. So it's like they want to have their cake and eat it too. And I think this person kind of, because they don't understand like what this all means to actually be in a committed relationship and everything, and that it's a spiritual path, because this person's not, you know what it is? It's like this X energy strikes me as like they just want what they want. That's what they're motivated by. They're not actually motivated by the journey of self-actualizing and becoming the best person that they can be. So they're not acquiring skills. They don't feel a sense of accomplishment when like they do the things that they put their mind to. I think this is also a person who, it's like when they think of accomplishing their goals, they just think of like crossing that finish line. They don't actually kind of, okay, I have this longer term goal. What are my shorter term goals? And how am I going to achieve those shorter term goals? They don't have like they're not grounded. Like this X is like, they're not grounded. They don't have like an honest, practical perspective of life. And it's because they're a thrill seeker is what I'm getting. They're a thrill seeker, so they like things to feel excited. Well, when you actually are grounded and measured and you plan for things and you say, well, here's my longer term goal and here's my shorter term goals, and you actually start meeting those, you kind of notice like when you achieve those goals, it doesn't feel like as exciting. Like even with my YouTube channel, I remember like I really wanted to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I made like a plan and I was very consistent with like certain things. And when I finally got to 10,000 subscribers, I was like, it doesn't actually, like, I was grateful and it felt like an accomplishment, but I knew I worked for it. I knew that I earned it. It didn't come out of the blue. It wasn't this like thrilling, exciting, dopamine releasing experience, because I had like planned and like I'd followed through, and I made sure that I was really consistent, and I was trying to like better my craft and everything. And I knew that I was like really showing up. So it more felt like a work goal than like anything. And I feel like this person, they don't plan, in part because they like the thrill. This is like a gambler energy, but it's like they keep themselves in gambler energy even when they're not in a casino or something, because they don't plan. So this person is really immature and they're very irresponsible. And the only reason that they can keep people around them, especially like high quality people like you, is by lying and by knocking you down or playing mind games with you and telling you that they're actually doing this when they're not. And like, you know, and then they feel that thrill whenever they can get away with something, or like, yeah, this person's just like a thrill seeker, and they need to be addressing that, which is why Spirit is saying, like, I feel like, yeah, there is a soul connection here and you've been pulled on. Like, this person has been the one that's kind of like played around in that space, but you just saying like no more, it's actually going to be what puts this person in the hermit mode that they need to go in. This person needs to be alone. They need to potentially dry out. They need to come down from this like thrill seeking behavior and like get real. I'm hearing this person needs to just get real. They don't want to be an adult is what it feels like. This is that the X energy doesn't want to be an adult, where I feel like this King of Wands, they could have potentially gone down that path if they were like a lesser person. But I really think that they're going into something better. Oh, it said, it's been very lovely watching you grow in your confidence as a reader the past few years. Thank you for saying that. I actually do feel like a lot more confident. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. It's always nice to be celebrated for stepping into yourself more, you know? Because like where I come from, I was always taught that like, you know, girls are supposed to play like a back seat and like not be confident. So even when I'm pretty confident about things, I've always kind of like tried to soft pitch it because I feel like I'm supposed to be unsure. But I've been connecting more and more with like, no, I'm sure about these things, or I'm sure about those things. And this, I know that this is what I'm meant to do and this is your part of it. And like, and it feels really good for me, but it's really nice to have that reflected back. And it reminds me of another meme. I'm so sorry that I just like always live my life in memes, but it's like I saw this meme. It was like Catherine Zeta-Jones on like the red carpet and she was smiling and there was like her friends in the background that were like slay, you know? And it was like my online group of like witchy supporters that have never met me but just like celebrate my wins. And I was like, oh my gosh, that like really does feel like me and my life. Okay, so thank you guys. Oh, we're all reflecting. I feel like we just reflect this energy back towards each other. And that's also what like leads us into each other's gravity. So, okay, shall we move on to the main message that Spirit is wanting to give? Okay. If we could put memes in this live, it would be the funniest chat ever. I wish we could. Okay. So let's see, Spirit. I heard Queen. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So that's a message coming through from Spirit, like that you are in that queenly energy, or that you're being recognized for that. Spirit, I'm swooning. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Spirit, what main message? Let me just clear my energy from all of this. Okay. What do you want to talk to the collective about? And keep in mind that, that came out quick. Keep in mind, like, this general message is coming out, but, like, it may or may not resonate with you. So just, as always, use your discernment. But, okay, so child orphan, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering the fear of surviving. And I'm really getting like moving from surviving to thriving. And that is like connecting with the queen energy as well. And I'm hearing there's many pitfalls along the way, especially when you are connecting with your power, because the opposite side of that queen energy is like somebody who is like arrogant and controlling and becomes like mean whenever their authority is challenged. So it's like maybe you're working this out within yourself, or you're starting to kind of like look at this energy, the energy of power. I am seeing that word powerhouse, like being pulled apart. And it's like, when you stand in your power, that doesn't mean that you're arrogant. It doesn't mean that you are shoving things down people's throats or like whatever it is. And just standing in like the authority, your own self-sovereignty. That's what it is. Like just connecting with your own self-sovereignty. Look, saboteur. This feels like the devil on your shoulder though. Some kind of like inner saboteur, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. I feel like you're purging this energy out of your life, to be honest. Like connecting with the energy in pile number 3, like that's just not good enough for you anymore. It just doesn't suffice. And I think, for a long time you had this fear of self-empowerment and the changes that it would bring to your life, or potentially the hard decisions that it would mean that you had to make for yourself. But I think that you actually have been doing that, and you are conquering your fear of surviving, and it's really aligning you with a higher and better path for yourself, and it's aligning you with soulmates and not like with this karmic energy. Because I think, I'm hearing like you were just kept down by this karmic energy for a long time that really was trying to sabotage you. But I feel like if it's in your external environment, it's because it's in your inner environment too. It's reminding me of Saturn, because obviously Saturn rules over karma, and they say Saturn gives the best blessings. And I feel like you've been dealing directly with your Saturn. You've been taking on your karma for long-term results and long-term happiness. But Saturn is kind of the internalized voice of authority, which oftentimes comes from our parents. So again, I think that you were told certain things that were like very sabotaging. You could have felt like this orphan energy. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So I think like you could have been seeking this, and that's what would lead you to certain karmics. And that reminds me of pile number 1 that we did in the reading with the pilgrim, where there was something about the way that this new partner, this healthy partner, is presenting themselves that you wouldn't have thought that they were the way that they were on the inside. You wouldn't have thought that that person was your partner, but you were realizing that other people position themselves in that light specifically to you in the past in order to maybe get somewhere with you or get something out of you, and that it was more of a performance, or that maybe somebody had shifting identities, but you are actually connecting with look, it's connecting. We had the queen, and now we have the king coming out, and look, God. So I feel like God is really involved now, because you have engaged with spirit, and you've engaged your higher path, and I feel like there's a lot of just heavenly energy. Look, and they're getting that gambler energy out of your system and out of your life, and part of the way that they're doing that is because you are now trusting your own intuition, which you're trusting yourself, and it is really conquering this fear of surviving. And it's really, you're really rising above something here, but it feels just like this hot air balloon. It's like some kind of really gentle, really pleasant, really fun ascent. Even though I think she looks like she has so much anxiety to me, because I think she's trying to light the balloon, but it's like, I think you can only go ballooning on a windy day, can't you? Or am I getting that backwards? But maybe she's trying to get it lit, but it's like, is the fire going to go out before she can like get it in the balloon? So I feel like there maybe has been a lot of anxiety here, but and that internalized voice, I just feel like you've been around a lot of people who are very cruel, and just not really giving you like room or like the benefit of the doubt. And I hate to use a personal example, but somebody wrote this comment. I don't know if it was last week or it was the week before, but I had mentioned something about like Dax and Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. And I just mentioned that I like them. And I'm not a person who, like, I understand that they're celebrities and I don't know who they really are. I'm really not that invested, okay? Like, just from a superficial lens, from the lens of the ego and like preferences and aversions, like, yeah, I like them. I think they're funny. I think they're cute. I really like their love story. And somebody wrote in the comments, they were like, I can't hold my tongue anymore. It was like something along the lines of that, like, Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell are problematic, and they're problematic, and on a channel where you're encouraging us to XYZ, like it was full of judgment. And I was just kind of laughing to myself, because I was like, they could have just approached that with like, well, just like, they didn't tell me why they were problematic, because I don't know of any reasons why they were problematic. I don't really follow it all that closely. Like, so it's like, well, did you know that, they did XYZ? Like they weren't just assuming that maybe I didn't know certain things about them. They just passed this like really harsh judgment on me. And then, and also dragged my channel and my mission into it. They were trying to like really drag me down. And I just kind of couldn't help but laugh, because I was like, the approach is just so off. They were just so eager to just drag me down or pin me like with something. And I also thought it was hilarious that it was like something about a celebrity couple. It's like, oh, I couldn't hold my tongue, like I never write bad comments, but this is what pushed me over the edge. And it was like, calm down. Like, like it's just a misunderstanding. It's really not that deep. Like, and I wasn't telling everybody to go like be like that. I wasn't telling it's like. And I feel like that's what I'm saying is like, you could have been around like some very cruel people who were just like very willing to just like hit you over the head with a hammer when you just like said something that they didn't like. And instead of like approaching you with kindness and just assuming that maybe you didn't know something or building a connection between the two of you, instead they just like hit you over the head with a hammer, and it felt almost like they were waiting to do it, this saboteur kind of an energy. But I think it's like when you realize that if it connects with your inner saboteur, that's when it actually stings. That's when it actually hurts, or you kind of like take it seriously. But when the inner saboteur like really isn't there, then I think you've kind of cleared that up. But I do think it was kind of a slog. And I think that you were anxious, like whenever you try a new way of being, just, to begin with, it can be like really nerve-wracking because you don't know what it is that you're doing. And I think that you're kind of overcoming that. And I think you're really stepping into your own, and you're starting to feel like life is a wonder. But we do have the slave energy here, and I'm feeling like something here could be a bit of a slog. you're no longer doing this, but you're overcoming this, right? You're surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Whereas in the past, you could have been giving your willpower over to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. And this is reminding me of, in A Course in Miracles, that says, there's one quote that says, you used to ask God who you are. You used to ask God for things. And now you tell God who you are. And that's what life is. It's this call and response. We're literally, that's what I think. We're in relationship with God. It's not this like needy, okay, am I pleasing you? Like, I think God wants us to be creative. We're made in the image of a creator being, right? And so it's like, have fun, like, do no harm and be respectful, but like have fun, express yourself, And so I feel like you're entering that phase where you're like, I am figuring myself out in the dark. I'm saving myself with this Messiah energy. And I'm connected to my spirituality here, and that's what's healing me. And I'm willing to take these leaps of faith, like for the things that I love and the things that I feel connected to. And that's what's actually connecting you to your king and your queenly nature. And we see that come out time and time again here, especially like in the love readings, where it's like you start to connect with soulmates and you connect with friends and you connect with lovers, when like healthy lovers, whenever you move towards doing the things that you love. And then we've got this child wounded energy, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing with the saboteur energy. It's like you can have a lot of compassion and a lot of forgiveness because you know that like that energy is coming from a place of sadness. You know what it is to overcome. And so I think you have a lot of respect and just like understanding of how we all have that like inner saboteur. So anything else, like what about like, I'm hearing like what's coming. They want to illuminate something about what's coming here for you as well. So what's coming in? Yeah. What's going on here, friend? Yeah. Cold touch. I'm just going to say this because sometimes we do get some like strange things coming up in the comment section. And I know that we all kind of process things, but this really, whenever we dip into spirituality, it's important that we hold space for one another to be able to kind of process things. But at the same time, we also need to really understand that you are in a group of empaths. These are people that are very open. We're all sharing energy right now. And it requires a certain amount of just honoring and respecting that we're all like wide open. So this isn't really a place to like trauma dump or to just kind of dump your feelings or your emotions. It's okay because I know like readings will stir up a lot of things for a lot of people, but that's why it's important to like, get a journal and like just be able to kind of process things that way, but just be respectful of like, yes, we're all individuals and we are having these experiences and it's bringing up certain things, but we are also a part of this group that we care about and that we want to tend to very much. And we just want to make sure that we're all feeling safe and like happy coming here to this place. There's a weird energy in this chat. Yeah, and you don't have to self-flagellate either. It's just like, like let's just consciously, like I think it's just important, even as a group, to just consciously determine who we want to be together and how we want to tend our own space, Like I'm not trying to scold you either. Like we're all just kind of walking each other home and it's like, yeah. Okay, so... Okay, what's coming in? And I just said like what's coming in, and then it was like, okay, there's a weird energy in the chat, and like it might not have even been intentional or even meant that way. So there could be a weird energy kind of coming in that you don't exactly know how to field or handle, but like Spirit is wanting to say like what's coming in here for you. Something's coming in. Yeah, we're all tapped in here together. Cool. Okay. Okay. I just saw the moon card and I'm feeling a lot of shame. Like nobody's wanting you to feel that way. Just if you are feeling that way. Okay, so moving on from that, Spirit, what is coming in here? Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and the moon. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting because for me, this is Critica energy, which is like a huge amount of purifying energy. But Critica is the sign of the orphan, and that's what Spirit was just saying. And you're moving into this moon energy. So it's interesting that the orphan is moving towards an energy that represents the mother. Now, there could be a lot of shame here around like, so you could be moving into shame and realizing something needs to change and shift here about this emotional energy or potentially about a behavior. Yeah, that's what I was getting. So you could have something reflected back where it's like you didn't necessarily know that you were having a certain effect or or you didn't necessarily know that something was leaking out in a certain way, but it was, and you're kind of going into that and you're realizing that something here needs to change. You also could have invested into some kind of a Knight of Swords energy. Yeah, hold on here. I feel like you're stabilizing. Okay. And part of like whatever this could be that's coming in for you is you realize that you were kind of rushing about here and there, like trying to make certain things happen in order to try to build some things, in order to try to get your success or your fulfillment or to move forward. And you have been going here towards the past, but I'm hearing like that's shadow work doesn't necessarily mean directly going towards the past. It's like I take like the Gestalt approach with that, where it's like in like Gestalt therapy, for instance, like you don't really necessarily talk about the past explicitly, but like you'll be tapping your foot and they'll be like, why are you tapping your foot? And it's like, well, I'm feeling really anxious. So you kind of become aware of the cycles that have been present because of their cycles from your past, but you meet them in the moment. And so I think there's something here where you are meeting something in the moment and it's giving you some kind of a new beginning. I do feel like there's a potential to connect here with like a new group of friends, but you're letting go of like something here in your past. And it could even be like jumping to some kind of judgment or some kind of argumentative energy. Tell me what this is. Within a family, yeah, like there could have been an energy here in a family that was very argumentative. Or you feel like you learned this from that and you've been very defensive and and that's what is moving you on, and it's actually allowing you to meet this new group, like this new friend group, and to grow into the Queen of Pentacles yourself, from the Knight to the Queen. So there's a big leveling up that's coming through, but it might come through like feeling shame or just like but don't stay there, right? Like just feeling a little bit of guilt or a little bit of shame, or seeing something kind of come up in the moment and just realizing that something here needs to change, and you're actually able to offer something here to a group, and it's healthy, like give and take energy, and it is some sort of a new beginning, and there is a change and a transformation in your selfhood and your personality and the way that's coming through. And yeah, it's going to remove some kind of blockage here, and this is actually like really healthy. Yes, thank you so much, Heather. Heather said, also remember, I'm not telling you that my messages are for you. You decide that for yourselves. Whatever she says is yours to resonate with or not. I so believe in that. I'm really not trying to like tell you that you're a certain way or not. Like, almost started a dumpster fire on my Facebook yesterday and pulled it together. Can I tell you, like, I have that debate energy. My mom's a speech and drama teacher, okay? Like, literally taught, like, debate and everything. And I used to think that debate kids were so cool, like, when I was young. And I used to, like, really go at it in Facebook. And I think I've mentioned this before, but when I was studying religion and I was learning all these things, I used to, like, really cut my teeth. And I'd go into these, like, spiritual chat rooms and I would practice my skills. I would literally, like, debate on one side, and then the next day I would debate on the other side. And I would, like, flip back and forth because I was trying to figure out, like, what I believed, and I was really trying to understand and like make sure I got my facts right and everything. And I mean, it was like heated debates that were going on. I used to like really love that, you know? And yeah, like, and I'm very like opinionated person, but I also realized that like my opinions aren't always like correct, and it's not always the time and place to like share my opinions. So that's something that I like really connect with very deeply. Like I've really had to kind of learn that, and I have an Aries moon, so it's like I don't know. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Oh my gosh, I just feel like you guys are on some kind of like a new road, and then you're going to get some kind of like sudden hit of inspiration here and some kind of like passionate new beginning. But I feel like there's something here that you're either seeing or observing in somebody else or in somebody else, and it lights something up inside of you that like, yeah, it's really unearthing something with the Judgment card, but you're making some kind of a final decision of like, okay, I know what direction I want to go. I know who and what it is that I want to be. Yeah, it's getting you out of a period of stagnation, because some of you might have felt like very stagnant, or I don't know what to do. Like you've been, yeah, okay, now I'm seeing that Two of Swords because it kept coming out and I didn't know what it was trying to say. You could have felt like at a blockage, or you had a choice to make, or some kind of impasse. And it feels like in the external world, but I think it was Spirit was kind of waiting for you to declare allegiance within self. Like, which way do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? Do you want to go down this path or this path? And I think you've seen something here in the external world that has like inspired you, and it's getting you kind of like on this new path. And so I feel like you're kind of slowly drawn towards whatever it is, like a Aurora to the spindle. But then all of a sudden you're going to get like this new kind of passionate new beginning, and it is going to unearth certain things. And I also think it's going to give you a different perspective here on like maybe a family, right? Because it's unearthing this like family from the past, like ghosts from your past, and it's going to help give you like a lot of clarity, and it's going to help you make a choice here, even though you know, in making a choice or declaring certain things is potentially going to like draw a lot of ire to you. I'm hearing like, I just have to stand up for myself. I just have to stand up for what it is that I believe in order to get my wish fulfillment. And I don't have to tell everybody everything. That's the other thing, because I always notice this curtain. I don't have to tell everybody everything. And then I think you're calling in some kind of balance in your life, which when you balance yourself out, when you actually achieve a balance, you've cleared up your karma and you're calling karma due. There's no brain in the sky that is like, I will give you your karma now. It's a natural unfolding process. When you deal with something in yourself, you bring natural balance and harmony to something in your life. That brings balance. It means that you've made a choice, and it calls whatever karma due that is potentially owed. And yeah, I think then somebody else here is getting some kind of clarity on their own anxiety or nasty behavior from their past. And this kind of maybe is connecting back into pile number 3 here for a lot of you. Yeah, because I think somebody here has to cope with the fact that you were their 10 of Pentacles, and that instead they gave you a whole heap of like, I think whatever this person, and this to me honestly feels like this could be a lot of people, and it feels personified in the ex or like this ex lover, but I think this was like in your family. This kind of behavior was like in your family, in a friend group, when you were in this kind of like it feels like an anxious state. People like were always trying to keep you in this anxious state. They were trying to sabotage you, keep you anxious, right? Whatever they were trying to give to you, which to me feels like the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, this anxious betrayer energy, painful endings, in order to come up smelling of roses. They wanted to make some kind of quick results of doing that. They wanted to get, like, breadcrumb you and like keep you on your knees and keep you in this functioning dysfunction. The universe then turns around and gives that to these people. You leaving means they have to cope with their own, I'm hearing like their own darkness, but this is reminding me of shadow work. Like what is hidden and buried within them that makes them act that way. And for some of you, it's like that is actually you receiving your karma. You making this decision to leave. Like I said, there's no brain in the sky. It's like it's gonna light up for them something here. They're gonna realize. They're gonna realize in a way that they can't quite understand exactly that they've made their bed when it comes to you, and that you are this Queen of Wands, and that you are having some kind of a new beginning here. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So you can have, like, again, friends around you who are stable and healthy and sane, and there's equal healthy give and take, and you're moving away from this. And yeah, somebody here, and it feels like more than one person is like going to be seeing you in a new light, and they're really going to have to weigh who and what it is that they are and why. I'm hearing for a lot of these people, it's like they haven't shown up in their values. They like claim to have certain values, but then their behavior was like exactly the opposite of that, where they're just, again, like mean or condescending, or like, and they were doing a lot of projection, and they're really like having to be faced with that. And I don't think these people respected you a lot in the past, but and they thought that you should have given them more respect, but they are actually giving you more respect. And it is that's what's going to actually change their fortune here. And I think they're going to try to figure out how to get back to you. But the thing is, this is their higher path, because the person that they need to be in order to come back towards you genuinely, like not just putting on a front, not just manipulating and saying the right things, but that is actually their path to forgiveness. And that's them balancing themselves out and earning their karma. And then that karma, again, Libra relationship, then they get to be in equal partnership with you, where everybody's in Aries energy and gets to be like healthy and whole and respected. And that's like really ultimately what spirit wants, like for everybody involved in these like kind of connections, whether they're familial, it feels like on multiple fronts. But I think you're realizing that you needed to take your power back, and that it was not whatever these people try to say that it was, selfish, arrogant. Actually, harm gets caused when you are not in your power, and you are not in your sovereignty, and you are not making the decisions in your life. And also these kind of people that like to push other people around and bully people, they continue to get away with it. They continue to target people, and then everybody kind of thinks to themselves like, man, I really wish that they would get their karma, and they never do, because it's a matter of you just saying, no, we don't accept that here, you know? And that's really what kind of like gets somebody to actually have to confront themselves, because that's what you ultimately want. You don't want, you in particular, like this energy that I'm picking up on, like you don't want this person to suffer. It's not about punishment. You really just wish that this person could be who they presented themselves as, get their shit together, and you guys could be in a relationship. And I think that you, I'm hearing the word codependence, like, or enabling, like you were always making the sacrifices in places where you shouldn't in order to maintain the relationship. But if this person's not going to be healthy, you can't keep getting the short end of the stick. And again, like when you move away, it actually gives this person the opportunity to become the person that they say they are and that they want to be. In order to, but this person has to have that elevator perspective in order to see that. And I feel like this person is really, Spirit's trying to get them in a period of hermitude where they're away. For some of these people, they feed off of social interactions and again, just distractions, because they try to whip up something like in other people in order to distract from their own bad behavior. They try to bait other people into doing something wrong or something like high octane in order to distract from their behavior. And it also allows them, it contributes to the enabling energy because it allows them to make excuses for their behavior instead of actually confronting it. But I feel like you have ended this cycle. It's a power. I'm hearing cycle breaker. You are the cycle breaker, and you actually have done this, and you've initiated a process here on this other person's side that almost exactly mirrors your process of coming out of the dark, coming out of your own cave, Hecate style, witchy style, connecting with yourself, taking back the power in your own life. And this person is kind of realizing, it's mirrored, they're realizing all of the things that they did to cause you to have to do that. And they wish that they can come back, but you need to make sure that you're holding healthy boundaries to where they can only come back when they are genuinely alchemized and like genuinely different. So, okay. And yeah, the insanity ebbs when you lean into your intuition. And I think that you kept praying maybe for like an outside source to strike this person that they were wrong and that they have not been behaving well. And I think you've been praying for this, but Spirit was like, you have the power. Like you have the power to do that. It's just stepping into yourself and taking your own power. So, okay. I think that's all I have for you guys here. You know I have to go get my Chipotle. Thank you guys for showing up here to our little witchy hangout. I hope that you got a lot out of this, and I hope you feel better prepared to navigate this next relationship, because for a lot of you, you really do have something very positive and very good coming in. You are breaking these old karmic patterns and cycles with people. You're allowing people to learn their own cycles and their own lessons. And I want to do like a live stream discussion. I almost did it like on a whim this week, and I might do it next week, or just like if I'm feeling kind of up to it, because somebody in the comment section last week, they were asking this really interesting question, because they were like, I want this person out of my energy, and I feel like I've been doing my shadow work and I don't understand why it's not there. And I was like, if you have release this person and you've been doing your shadow work, I really don't get it either. But then I started to have like messages kind of trickling in, and I wanted to do just kind of like a live channel almost of like shadow work and love, and how that's kind of like all overlapping, because I really was getting a lot of messages for that. So yeah, just maybe I will do that this week. Just kind of keep an eye out if that's something you are interested in. And yeah, I'm going to go get my Chipotle. If you guys want the candles, then I think Alex already dropped the link earlier to connect with your intuition. And I also thought the debate kids were cool. Yeah. I remember after 9/11 happened, I was in middle school, and one of the debate kids that I thought was like really, really cool sat next to me in like a history class. And because it was history, we did watch a lot of like the footage and stuff when we were talking about it, because it was history that was like kind of unfolding and trying to figure out what we were thinking about. And I remember, I don't even know exactly like what the question was or what I said. It wasn't like a part of the class. It was just a conversation between the two of us. And he said to me, he was like, you just think that because your parents think that. And you haven't done actually like any research or looked into this on your own. And that's the only reason why you think that. And I literally was like, that changed my entire life. Like him saying that, I was like, you're right. That is actually why I think that. Like, what is this research you're talking about? And I think that's actually great that even at that age, I was like able to say like, no, you're right. Like, I am only saying this because that's what I've heard in my home. And he's like, yeah, listening to like the 3 people that's been your echo chamber like your entire life. Thank you so much, Essie, for the $24.99. he was like, that's not the same thing as doing research. Like, you need to kind of look into like whatever. And that changed the course of my entire life. And again, like, I just thought he was so cool. Anybody who can like just pin me intellectually in a real way. Like, I don't mean just being aggressive, because like, you know, people try to do this in the comment section all the time. And it's like, it'd really be nice if you had something actually like kind to say. Like, people who are saying like just the truth and like are like say something that illuminates something for me. Like, I always end up having just like an immense amount of gratitude and like respect for that. So, all right. I guess we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will maybe be checking back in with the live stream discussion if I feel drawn to doing that. For those of you who are on Patreon, we've got a video coming out tomorrow of soul lessons. And I thought it was really funny that we voted on the hidden feelings and the soul lessons, because that used to be what I did on the regs. And I just thought it was so funny. It was like a throwback. I was like, whoa, we're doing both of those in the month of November. So that video will drop tomorrow for those of you over there. And yeah, I will see you when I see you. Thank you guys for showing up. Bye, guys.